Welcome back, babies. This is Shonen Pulse, episode 43. Another three-man show today. We got me, Big Yato, we got Knox,
Uh-huh.
and we got the Greek Weed.
What's up?
No Baba Traffy because he's got some family stuff on Mondays now. So when our show is late, you won't be seeing Traffy. He's unfortunately doing, daddy duties. But it's all good. Show some love to him in the comments down below. But
Or don't.
as usual, yeah, or don't. Don't do that because to hell with that guy. Anyway, being a family man and stuff. But yeah, man, on this podcast we talk about manga. You already know what it is. We talk about Chainsaw Man, Centuria, Dandadan, Shangri-La Frontier, Yakuza, Ranger Reject, Ichi The Witch, Otr of The Flame, Big Bachi, and Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. As usual, hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the hype button. I dare you. I double dog dare you. We got membership set up. We got a Patreon set up, so you can, subscribe to those things and support us. We got some silly videos coming out. I think we added our first membership video this week or last week. So if you're a member, only you can see that. It's a short video, so like you ain't gotta break your ankle running to go hit the button yet. But soon you're probably gonna want to see that type of stuff if you want to see some behind the scenes, silliness from us. It's got something crazy weeb lore that's probably gonna end up making it there for members only stuff.
Swear to God, man.
Yeah, some insane weeb lore that you gotta pay
I
for.
can only handle so much embarrassment.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that. So like to get weeb embarrassment, you gotta pay money.
I need some dirt on you now.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get it, baby. I streamed. If you missed it, I streamed Ranger Reject, the catch-up stream this week, a couple days ago. It was like 5 chapters. I read it on Twitch. It got re-uploaded to YouTube like the next day or two after that. So that's available. It's the video that you're seeing before this one.
Follow
so
the Twitch, though.
Yeah, follow the Twitch. Go check out that video because I'll be streaming, I want to say every Thursday coming up, but I'm moving in the next like 2 weeks, so it might be busy for me in the next like 2 weeks.
Dude, I'm moving in like the next 2 weeks too.
Oh, it's lit. We balling. So we moving. Greek moved to, didn't you move somewhere else in New York?
No, it was just
You
jobs.
moved to
It was just
Greece?
job sites.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh man, if I moved to Greece
I thought you were going back to
and
the
I just did
motherland,
this for
man.
a living, I'd be golden.
Oh,
Nah,
shit.
I won't say all that, but I thought you moved somewhere else in New York. But hey, this is the intro, baby.
No, it's just a job site.
Okay.
All right. We still in the intro, so let's cut it short. Hit the buttons. Y'all know what to do. Hit the comment section. Do all that cool stuff. We're gonna jump into it. We got Chainsaw Man chapter 217. Two good people. And Weeb, since you weren't here, let's hear your thoughts first, man. How you feeling, baby?
Oh man, that was a lot. I was not expecting that degree of like repressed trauma and just reveals about Asa's family being that fucked up to a degree, to the degree we got, and also the end of the chapter, both wholesome and kind of disturbing in a different light for Denji and Asa doing their own type of trauma bonding, I guess.
It's interesting how similar Asa's family story is to Denji's. Because like, you see the lead up to this or whatever in the previous chapters, and obviously our mind goes to like, oh, we're gonna see some traumatic shit on the Asa side of things because this space inside of Denji's, don't open the door or open the door kind of situation that we've seen in part 1 led to a reveal of Denji's lore in regards to like what he did with his father. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, we still need an explanation on like how they're connecting. Is it like a soul merging thing since they're in the same area, or is it just like an ability that these specific hybrids can have if they're like connected in this way? I guess.
Right, and
that's something I want to know.
It begs a lot of questions, but at the end of the day, like I was expecting not like a completely different traumatic story for Asa, but like I didn't expect it to be as similar as like, oh, my dad, was a piece of shit and my mom like murdered him. Like, I don't know if like my mom's a good person or not. Like, what do you think? And Denji's like, well, I like kind of did the same thing with my dad. So like,
am I that person?
Yeah, like them sharing this space and like everything coming back to, a tragic murder of the same parent. It was just like really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also kind of goes into like a bit more like the dark, more of like the world that Chainsaw Man is a part of, with like how like there's like devil attacks all the time. Like how would this affect like specific families and stuff like that? How would like some like more unstable like families or partners and stuff like that react to specific situations. Like this is something I wasn't really like expecting in to like see, but I kind of appreciate it because it shows a different side of things that I didn't know I kind of wanted to see to a degree.
Oh, you
Yeah,
wanted to see
it's
this.
I wanted to see. I was curious to see like a bit more of like a world that are literal like literal manifestations of every conceivable fear known to man. How that would affect like just similar everyday people. How like the existence of that stuff could affect other people in like a different way. Because never really saw too much of that outside of like mass destruction and stuff like that. Nothing more on like the more down to earth, more personal level, even to the most minor of the devils that attack to just eat a leg.
Yeah, because for like 98% of the story, we're following characters who have devil power. So we know we don't get to see like the story or the world through the eyes or through the point of view of a regular person. So when we get these flashbacks and see like Denji's life as a kid, and it's like, oh yeah, my dad was a fucking mean ass bastard, and he owed a bunch of money or whatever, and then Asa's like, my dad fucking got a leg chopped off, and like my mom, fucking finished him off because the insurance company wouldn't have really did shit. They probably would have just like gave him a prosthetic or something, or gave him a cane and some medicine, and by fucking killing him, we can say like, oh yeah, he was killed in a devil accident, and they'll pay for us to get a new home, and they'll fucking pay for you to go to school and all this shit. And it's like it's cool to see these the way like the normal or not so normal, but regular non powered up humans operate and how they live and how they think in this world
It
where
has a
you could
lot to
die at any
say.
time.
Yeah, it has a lot to say about like what people who live in a society where devil attacks are regular, how they kind of approach certain situations like this. You know what I mean? Because like if there was no devils or whatever in the situation, and this was just a family that had an abusive alcoholic dad who cheated on the mom and beat her regularly and was super abusive to the rest of the family, like that, this is a theme that is regularly addressed in fiction, like generally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially like the more like realistic fiction that isn't supernatural or occult or whatever or sci-fi in any kind of way with no like extra normal element. You know what I mean? And like a lot of the times moms do end up killing abusive fathers in this situation, and then storytelling therefore like, comes about because of that in one way or another. But in this situation it's like, yeah, we can just blame it on this devil over here.
Yeah.
And like I wonder how often something like this happens in a world like Chainsaw Man. You know what I
Probably
mean?
all the time.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, I can see it definitely being a case where it's like a guy is like dying from something and he tells his girlfriend like, you can just finish me off and say like a devil did it so that
Right.
like, they get the payout. You get, a fuck ton of money or something or
Yeah.
some shit like that. And, just or there's, probably like hostage situations or whatever, and it's just like, yeah, let's just say the devils did it, and just a lot of things could just be blamed on devils,
Right.
especially like if like if a weak devil happens to cross the street, it's like, oh yeah, we could use him. Like people probably kidnap weak ass devils and then use them as like
Exactly.
to fit their fucking alibis. Like, yeah, this devil was attacking and I like came and killed it. It's like, nigga, that was the tomato. Like
Right.
that devil did not kill your husband,
We
bro.
keep bringing the tomato devil back to the conversation, and I think that's so funny. But also, so in this chapter, before we got the information that the dad was a piece of shit, and all we had to go on kind of throughout the chapter was that the mom like made a decision to murder the dad after
Yeah.
sending Asa off to go get help when the dad's leg got severed. It immediately reminded me of a point of conversation that we had about what Asa could be trying to remember in this inner domain space that she's sharing with Denji. And I remember, I think it was you, Yato, or maybe it was Traffy. I can't remember exactly who it was, but there was a conversation about how this space might warp the perception of the lore that actually happened for the character with a traumatic lens that attributes a lot more guilt or some kind of like warped version of the reality that it actually was to make them feel more bad about a situation
I remember that,
than what it
yeah.
actually was. And so when we got to the part where the dad's leg was severed and she was like, go get help, and then she comes back and sees that his head got crushed by the rock and that the mom did it, I was like, yo, is it doing the thing that we talked about where
Yeah.
like you know, it's taking a traumatic event and like amplifying it and like making it a lot bigger of a deal than it maybe was, just to make Asa feel more bad about what happened, even though that might not have been what actually played out. And then we got the, you know, the storytelling afterwards while they're laying in bed, and it's like, oh, you noticed I killed dad. Like, well, listen, like, it's all about the insurance payout, and your dad was a piece of shit anyway. He was a drunkard who like beat me and cheated on me. And I was like, oh, okay, so like this is probably actually the story. You know what I mean? It's not something that's probably being amplified by the space that they're occupying to like make Asa feel, you know, worse about it than she probably should. Like the dad was actually probably a piece of shit in this way exactly. So it kind of like
I do wonder though, like what if like it wasn't true? Like Asa doesn't, like Asa thinks she's a bad person, but like what if like part of it, like she doesn't say it, but you know, like because she says she tripped and fell on purpose so she could take a longer time because she was hoping her dad would like bleed out. But like what if like what her mom is saying is a lie, and like her mom was actually just nuts and killed, you know, the dad, and then said that, you know, like what if she lied and Asa could, like Asa will never know. Asa will never hear her dad's side of the story. So like for all she know, Asa, if Asa could have came back 5 minutes earlier, she could have prevented her mom from killing her dad. And like because her mom did that, like her mom had to like think of something. Like it's very possible that she lied about the whole cheating thing. Like it makes sense to get more money, but like we don't know.
Yeah,
and Asa will never know.
At the end of the day, it creates like a very interesting, you know, glimpse into the minds of people who are thrust into these, like, because this world is insane. Like when you can have like a devil that can come up and murder anyone around you at any time, what does that do to like the everyday average person's psyche? To the point where like devils don't even have to affect your life personally. You can just hear constantly that devils have done this or devils have done that, and it can give you this very cynical, very pessimistic view on life in general that probably leads a lot more people to like a nihilistic, you know, outlook on life generally, because you're like, well, I mean, a devil can just pop up and like kill anyone that I know at any time anyway, and that's the life that I have to live. I have to put all of my trust and all of my eggs into this basket of public safety of like humans that are known to fight this kind of evil, but like aren't like the all might kind of saviors that you know save the day at any point in time whenever tragedy strikes. Like a lot of the times public safety doesn't get there in time, or like gets there, you know, too late, or like whatever, like, and all of the damage has been done, and then like a couple people are saved at the end, but like 50 people died already. You know what I mean? Like how often do like teenagers and just like the regular person have to experience that or hear about that before their view of, you know, life is kind of warped around this idea that devil attacks are so normal that like even though there are factions and, you know, things in place to combat that, like it doesn't guarantee your safety in a way that makes you comfortable with the fact that these things are constantly around. And I feel like this is like adjacently tied to the idea of like gun violence in America, for example. You know what I mean? Because like obviously there aren't devils, you know, it's not any supernatural or occult thing here in reality in the States, but like gun violence is so rampant, and you get so many stories about like mass shootings here and there, that it's like even though we have a police force and we have a military and we have all of these things, it's like a lot of the time the tragedy happens in its entirety, and then those special forces show up at the very end after all of the death happens and then deal with it. So it's kind of like a mirror, you know, to the idea that like even though there are systems in place to prevent and protect from these kind of things, the damage is already done in like 90% of cases. So it's like, what's the point anyway? Like this shit sucks. Like, Plus you got like the cases where it's like you become like collateral, like the heroes show up, but like they still have to do the fighting. So it's like you might not die to the devil, but like Denji might chop you in half by mistake. And it's like, not only do I gotta like fear for my life, you know, because the bat devil might fucking walk into a grocery store, you know, rip my head off, but like somebody might throw a car through the window on some Avengers shit, fucking crush my life in half. Like, you might get killed by the good guys. It addresses like collateral damage, it addresses friendly fire, it addresses survivor's guilt. Like so many of these things are kind of addressed in this idea that we live in a society where this specific kind of tragedy can strike at any time. And even though there are heroes, quote unquote, put in place to help the situation, like you might not make it out despite that. And it's like teenagers like are the focus of the storytelling. So it's like, holy shit. Like I never really thought about Chainsaw Man in this way until this chapter. Even though we have like a couple different examples of exactly what we're talking about throughout the story, but it wasn't until this chapter where I'm like, where I'm like really, focusing on it and putting it under a microscope and really analyzing it in a way to where I'm like, damn, think about what the actual average person might think about the life they live in this devil-filled world.
Yeah, and having to grow up like that, like now that I think about it, I don't remember when they ever like they never said like who was the first devil or whatever, but like I'm just imagining a case like The Walking Dead where in The Walking Dead, there's characters who lived their whole lives and then the zombie apocalypse came, but then you have characters who were born after the zombie. So it's like someone like Carl, his life experience is completely different from like Rick, because Rick got to be, a 40, 50-year-old man, and then zombies happen, versus Carl being like 8 and then zombies happen, and it's like for the rest of my life this is devils. And then Asa's mom, Devils have been around longer than Asa's mom has been alive, of course, because I'm pretty sure Devil's been around for at least 100 years. But like, as someone who grew up in it versus like raising a child versus like the Devils, when the Devils first came and it was like new and people were already old. Like I wish I could see how everyone reacted to those type of things differently.
It just doesn't make me feel any. Because a chapter like this, where you get this kind of information where, the devil attacks, chops off the dad's leg, go get help. All right, I'm going to go get help. Then you come back, the dad's dead. The mom did it. And you're like, oh shit. Then she gives her reasoning for doing that. And you're like, okay, well, he was a piece of shit, so like whatever. Then you get the storytelling after that where Asa took her time and faked tripping to get back so that maybe the dad would have died before help came. And it's like, oh, okay, so this is like a roller coaster of like insane psychology tied to the idea that like this specific character is abusive to his family. Nobody likes him, but nobody feels that it's right enough to actually end his life over it, even though he's actively playing a part in ruining their lives. So you have this like moral, you have this moral quandary tied around the idea like I love this person, he helped give me life, I love this person, I fell in love with him, but like after the fact he's this terrible person that we literally can't live with because he reduces our quality of life in such a way that we wish he was dead. But our moral compass is telling us like we can't do anything about that. We would hope that something happens, but like we're not going to actively play a part in that until the perfect opportunity comes around. And now we're justifying every single idea that we have to get this nigga out of here without any kind of blame potentially being placed on us. And it's like, okay, like what is the right choice in a situation like that? Are we bad people for taking advantage of a situation like this to eliminate such a vile and like shitty aspect of what we're going through from our lives without feeling bad about it? And it's just like, this is what Fujimoto is really good at, in my opinion, is making the audience ask questions like these about very specific, but also at the end of the day, extremely relatable situations where a lot of people that probably read this probably have a lot in common with Asa and her mom related to the dad being shitty in this way, and probably wonder like, what can I do to eliminate this threat or this issue in my life that's reducing its quality? And
yeah, because you definitely hear about it all the time where like a mom will just take their kid and like leave the husband and like in the middle of the night, you never talk to him or hear about him, or he has no clue where they went and never hears from them again.
Yeah.
It's just this case, she found the perfect time and was able to kill him. And it's like, Asa thinks she's a bad person, but it's like, she was a kid. Can you really, can you really hold that against her? But her mom, actually did. Her mom knew what was up, and it was like she was just looking out for, as far as we know, she was looking out for herself and her child.
Exactly. There's so many layers to the psychology of this.
Yeah,
that
really
like
hold that shit against him.
right, like this is
Yeah.
like the bag that Fujimoto I feel like operates the best inside of. And people could say what they want about Chainsaw Man Part 2, but when a chapter like this comes out, just like the level of, you know, morality and ethics discussion that can be had from a chapter like this on a character level is really impressive from Fujimoto for me. Like this is the kind of stuff that I feel like he does best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good stuff. And you know, Denji being the shoulder to lean on, to cry on. He's like, yo, I killed my dad too, made it look like a suicide, but I'm a good person. It's like, are you really? I mean,
And right, and we can't trust Denji. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like Denji doesn't even know who the fuck he is half the time.
yeah,
So
and
like he
Asa,
might be able to relate in this moment, but at the end of the day, he's gonna say some Denji shit that
and
is
Asa
like,
also like
yeah,
somewhat knows Denji, so it's like, are you a good person? Because Asa's kind of seen the kind of shit that you do. Like, yeah, you save people's lives and you kill devils, but like, are you really a good person?
and you could see in the reaction panels on page what is this 13?
Like the
Yeah.
last 2 pages.
Yeah, on page 13, he's like, I killed my dad and made it look like a suicide, but I'm a good person. Denji knows that for sure. He genuinely believes that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just because Denji genuinely believes that doesn't mean the reader has to genuinely believe that. And it doesn't mean
Yeah.
that Asa has to genuinely believe that. So when it shows the reactions of Denji with this very like naive look on his face, like, what? You know, and Asa's like, you know, and then in the last panel, like she kind of is like looking like she's making the Speed like laughing meme face where she's like trying not to laugh.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Where she's like, nigga.
Yeah.
And then
And
she's
then
like, what? Like, I'm, you know, it's big, you know, it's me, baby. Like, come on now. Like, it's just, and then they bust out laughing, and then it pans back to, you know, Pochita Man and Yoru fighting. It's like, it's just such a good juxtaposition to the fight that's going on between those two. Because, you know, Yoru obviously doesn't think that she's doing anything wrong, even though she's obviously causing whatever damage she is to the rest of society.
Yeah,
And
that's just in her nature. Yeah.
yeah, that's in her nature. Like, this is what she genuinely feels like she has to do. And Pochita Man, Chainsaw Man, is like fighting in a reactionary way, not just for like survival, but because like it genuinely feels like that's what he has to do with the threat that's shown in front of him. So
Funny.
yeah,
It's funny. I feel like Pochita is actually the only one who is actually like actively trying to be a hero here.
right.
Like 100%. Because like Asa, like, yeah, she was looking out for herself and, you know, trying to like improve her situation, but she's not sure of herself. And Denji, you know, he's Denji. He's fucking doing what he's got to do to get some buns. Yoru wants to fucking start war and kill everybody, but like Pochita literally just chilling and like is being forced to fight. Like
Right.
Pochita is only fighting because she is threatening to kill like thousands of people, and like he's also in the way. Like,
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
coming to
very
kill
true.
you, and when I'm done with you, I'm going to kill everybody else. So it's like, shit, I'm standing in the way that I gotta like stop this from happening.
That shit's funny as hell, bro.
The only one that's like purely in it to like not, you know, to actually stop someone from causing harm is fucking Pochita.
Yeah, this situation is so insane, actually.
Yeah, crazy
Oh
chapter.
boy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. And we have a
Well,
break
then-
next week.
Are we
Oh, we
on
do?
break?
Tomorrow, technically. Yeah, we're on break.
No.
I just checked.
That's how, I mean, I've come to fucking get used to that. Like manga always go on breaks after crazy chapters
True.
like this, and it's like,
True.
oh man, can't wait to see what's gonna happen next week.
I
And it's
saw
like,
with One Piece.
yeah, get fucked, get cooked. Yeah. So, all right, no Chainsaw Man tomorrow. So, you know, you guys listening to our review, this is the last Chainsaw Man content you're gonna have for 2 weeks or whatever. But I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else, Weeb?
No, good.
What about you, Knots?
I'm Gucci.
All right, that's gonna do it for Chainsaw Man chapter 217. Two good people, are they though? Now jumping into Centuria chapter 70, Sure Bets, and Yeah, man, this was a interesting and kind of effed up chapter. I kind of got spoiled actually because like
Huh?
I woke
Really?
up on Sunday. Yeah, normally on Sundays I wake up at 11 and read everything and jump. And this Sunday I woke up at like 12:30, and then I read uh, what I read Kagurabachi, I read Ichi, I read JJK. And then I didn't scroll down to see if Centuria had a chapter, so I just kind of forgot. I just like went on Twitter to see like, oh yeah, what are people saying about like Ichi the Witch and stuff like that. And then like two group chats I'm in, people were like Centuria, oh my god, and I was like, oh shit, Centuria, let me go see. I guess something crazy happened, and fucking wouldn't you fucking know it, bruh. This whole time we've been talking about what type of story we would see with Arcos, his new form, Altus, and seeing him live a life and going on his own path and stuff like that, and how interesting it would be if he branched off from Helm and getting to see who he learn about himself and things like that. And it's like the whole time we've been thinking shit like that, and fucking Lacrima's been right under our nose, and she's the exact situation that we've been like
Right.
talking about potentially seeing for Altus.
Literally, what an insane twist.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
insane.
boy.
And honestly, don't know how I feel about it. Like it's obviously it's a cool, crazy twist. Like wow, insane, nuts. How could you do this to my heart? Type shit. But like it's also just kind of weird because I guess there's like varying degrees here. Like maybe Lacrima was a more perfect, version of it because Lacrima is still, with Altus being revived, he doesn't, know shit. She like removed his ego and his personality, and he's like, who the fuck am I? But like
Yeah.
Lacrima knows who her brother is. Like she knows him, and she remembers. One is the path I always walked, the smooth and shining palace halls, an easy and predetermined path. Like she remembers everything. She
You want to know
remembers her
why I
her
think that
easy life.
is? You want to know why I think that is?
Hmm?
So there's storytelling dedicated to the fact that Arcos used to torture her to experiment on his own abilities, right? So if she is someone who is chained to royalty and chained to the palace and the king and whatnot in the way that she is, where all she knows is these people in this location, and if that's what she's experienced, and Arcos is as sadistic and malicious as he is, the experimentation on her could have led to her death, and then she's reincarnated or reanimated, rather, by Helm, and then continues her life in the palace.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's where I
mean?
thought you were gonna go with it.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't think I wasn't thinking about like experimentation leading to her death. I thought you were gonna say like she just died somehow, and then like after that, Helm revived her.
Yeah.
Arcos was aware. He didn't give a fuck because he's like,
Right.
yeah, this is basically like I got a free training dummy. So he
Yeah.
just treated her like
Hmm.
shit, threw water attacks at her, and her life, as far as she can remember, has just been her brother like kicking her ass, and that's
Exactly.
just
I
been
think he
like,
murdered her and Helm
ooh.
reanimated her, and then she just continued living at the palace with all of these memories that she still has intact to this day.
Yeah,
You
so
know what I
everything
mean?
that she remembers is like
Yeah.
after being resurrected.
Exactly. Like it's not the same as Altus coming back after being Arcos living his whole life, and then Altus is suddenly reanimated away from that situation, has all new consciousness and all new experiences with a completely different group of people. Lacrima got murdered, reanimated, and went right back to the exact same situation. So that's
Yeah, that's
why like her
crazy.
Mhm.
memories you know, um don't betray the idea that she was killed and reanimated like Altus.
Yeah, and I imagine like many people don't know the truth about Lacrima because they
Hmm.
probably can't, expose that kind of secret. Like one of the king's children was murdered and resurrected. That probably looks bad, like on the
Exactly.
king. So
Exactly.
they probably keep
What
that a
if the
secret.
king doesn't even know?
Yeah, that could be a thing because like I imagine if that were the case, like he would probably like want that stamped out. Like they don't
Yeah.
want the king to know that Altus is back. Like
Right.
so it's very possible that like Helm Lacrima was brought back in secret from even the king,
Right.
and he doesn't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that could be seen as a great shame. Fucking
Right.
one of my blood relatives directly from my nutsack was murdered. Like
Yeah.
I don't fucking produce weak children. So
Right. Well, what's really interesting about this chapter is the storytelling before we switch back to Helm and them, and the storytelling afterwards. because when Lacrima is kind of having this like psychological moment where she's like, there's two paths that lie before me, the path that I've always walked and the path that I'm walking on now with this new cast of characters, it does a lot for her on a, you know, development and growth level, because it's like, I was this and now I'm this, and I feel a lot happier in this situation, in this underground tunnel, you know, smelling dead carcasses and sewage or whatever the fuck it could be. Like, this is obviously not an ideal situation that someone, especially that comes from royalty, would probably find themselves in. It's like, we just came out of a life or death battle. I'm in this underground cave system with people that I just met recently. Like, this isn't my royal, you know, nobility like lifestyle that I've come to know my entire life, that I've gotten used to. But for some reason, I feel a lot better here in this situation that feels like dire straits compared to like what I'm used to, and it's more comfortable to me. Like, I actually like this is better for me, you know. And you're like, holy shit, W Lacrima, like, you're understanding what life outside of this extremely toxic royal situation was, where you were getting abused all the time and taken for granted, and your life was very limited as far as your freedom goes, and you were getting tortured a lot. And, you know, now you're with these random people that are effectively considered peasants compared to like the people that you're normally around. You know what I mean? Like, you're not eating fucking Kobe steak and like shrimp linguine all day every day, but like now you're in this underground cave system, like wondering if the next enemy's gonna come out and snuff your shit out. Like, it's very stressful, but she loves this newfound family that she's come in contact with so much more than she ever could have loved her other situation, despite all of the advantages that it had. So it's like, holy shit, this is an amazing moment for a character like this, for us to find out about that. And then you get the double page spread where it's like, haha, thank you, like, this is my family now, I love this. And then it immediately goes into the twist reveal that like, this is our other trump card that we had, this reanimated, you know, pawn in our plan, and we did all of these things, and now she is the character that she is now. And it's like, holy shit, like, you weren't even the person you thought you were to begin with.
Yeah.
So all of this, like, you know, character driven storytelling that we got in the first half of the chapter has a completely different lens, you know, put over it, knowing that she's a reanimated version of herself through this necromancy. And it's like, holy fuck.
Everything about her character, just in general, period, like from her first, you know, introduction, it just like, she wanted to have kids with Julian, and it's like, that's not even possible. Like,
Right.
you literally can't even give birth, even if he like agreed to it.
Probably not. Like, you are a corpse, buddy.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm curious to see if we will get like a storyline where like she'll be controlled with the fact that she is basically like a living puppet. If the amount of times that she's been quote unquote alive and living her own life, would she be able to like overcome that type of control, like break free from it, or even if she doesn't do that, would that just simply make her cease to exist? I still wonder if that could actually happen.
Wait, what are you,
Yeah,
what
like,
are
Like
you
an arc
asking?
to happen in the future.
What is it?
Like, could it become like a Toji situation where she kind of like overpowers it and becomes her own person?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I guess I never really thought about like what that would look like for a character like Lacrima, who, you know, is effectively going back to who she was before her death.
Like, it
After the
seems like
reanimation.
it seems like because Helen is saying like, you know, I created her, like, you know, I created you, nigga. God made you, but I helped. Like,
Yeah.
Lacrima was created, but like, is Helen, you know, is it like a remote control? Like, is Helen kind of like sending her pet off to do what it wants, and then she can just press a button and the pet comes back?
Sleeper
Can
cell
she
type
like,
shit.
yeah, can she flip a switch and fucking Lacrima goes crazy, or is it just like a tracking system?
Well,
Like, can
if
she
that's
just
the case, why wouldn't they activate her during the arc previous?
they want to let them go home with it and fucking have a time bomb?
So the
basically.
whole point of the last arc, like, why were they? Wait a minute, because
It could be to help strengthen their trust in her. That way it'll come as more of a shock when
so
they
they were
essentially
always
activate their
expecting to
sleeper agent.
lose. They were always expecting to lose this arc. Then
Or it
It's
was
possibly
just
we're
like,
expecting that as a possibility.
yeah, just in case, like, they let Lacrima go ahead, and they knew where to find them because Lacrima was there. And if they get away, it's cool because Lacrima is fucking chipped. Like we know where she is at all
But
times, so you can never truly get away.
imagine how much more of an advantage they would have had in the last arc if they activated Lacrima during it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why this is just, it still feel like it's a good twist, but it still just feels weird
Yeah, no,
because
I
like
never really thought. Yeah, wait a minute.
because like when Lacrima goes to like give TT her blood like share bloodstream water or whatever, like what if Helm just is like, yeah, now you're gonna poison her, and it's like boom, you just killed TT right there. Like I don't know if that's a thing, but like TT was literally living because Lacrima fucking made it so that she was
Right,
able to survive. And if
right.
if fucking Helm decided, nope, kill TT, like she could just walk away and separate that lifeline, and TT would just die. There's nothing they can do.
I guess
Like
TT
TT is still
isn't
alive
there.
because of that.
TT
Yeah.
isn't there. Like that's probably the last character they're worried about in the cast.
True, but they
You know
could
what I
just
mean?
have it. Like it wouldn't be like Lacrima started off as an enemy, so it wouldn't be
Right.
too crazy to have Lacrima go like, haha, it was I was scamming you bitches all along, and like attack Diana or whatever. Because like when Lacrima was like helping, Lacrima's water is connected to TT, and TT was holding on to Diana, so it's like you get Lacrima protecting TT and Diana. Suddenly Lacrima turns around and is like, fuck both of y'all,
Right.
and kill both of y'all. Mission done.
Right.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking that she doesn't have like there must be some kind of caveat, like something, there's a condition to this like ability
Yeah,
where
maybe
maybe in
the
this case
longer
she
you exist as a reanimated character and the more ego and the more self awareness you acquire over time, the less control Helen might have over your, like, her
yeah,
ability to tell you what to do.
but she's
That's fine with me.
but she always has the ability to see where you are. I'm thinking like she
Right.
has a like they're
That was going for.
trackable.
Yeah,
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 I think
yeah.
she can always track them, but at some point like she can't like flip a switch and have them sleeper cell.
Right, right, right. Yeah. So that aspect of her ability is probably gone with just how long Lacrima has been reanimated and just how much more of her character has been allowed to exist after the reanimation to where she can't just say, "Yo, Lacrima, kill these people," and she does it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
has to be what it is. Otherwise, it completely ruins the previous arc because that logical aspect of why don't we just activate Lacrima right now has to not be available. Otherwise, the entire previous arc goes to shit.
Yeah, I think it's just that like because in the last chapter, the nun was like, "You're in a good mood," even though the child of prophecy escaped, and then they gave us the crazy look at the camera, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay, why are they looking like that? It's because they are never going to get away because like they also like Julian and crew don't have any reason to doubt Lacrima or to ever like kick her out of the crew. Like she's family. They're all hugging up on her. Like she's
Right.
she's a part of the gang now. So no matter where they go, they always know. Like Elstree and gang always know where Julian's company
Right.
is.
Which goes back to what we were saying about what that look must have meant last chapter. And we had ideas. I think I threw an idea out that like, the shinobi dragon tail chick was like still secretly a part of their plan in
Yeah.
like, some really five-headed way to where she had like lied about her lore that she gave Julian in order to, be a part of their crew enough for her to eventually activate and attack them when they weren't suspecting it or whatever. It's not her, it's Lacrima. Like it's the exact same idea that I had for the dragon-tailed shinobi chick that they're
Yeah.
protecting, but it's Lacrima instead.
Yeah. It's
And
crazy.
yeah,
Lacrima ended up being like the character plot that we expected from multiple characters. Like we
right.
thought we
We
thought the
thought
ninja chick would
Lucas.
be it. Yeah. Thought Lucas would be it. We
Yeah.
thought fucking Altis would be it. We thought the ninja dragon chick would be it, and it's Lacrima.
That's so fucking good,
So
actually.
I'm still like I like that it happened,
Yeah,
but I'm still hoping we get something similar for Altis, and like
yeah.
they both kind of go down the path, and it's like she tells him like you died, but somehow he becomes aware that she died too, and they both like tell each other like we were both used by this bitch, and they both kill her in the end.
If writing is eventually introduced that lets us know that Helm's ability to control her reanimated corpses is dulled the longer that they have consciousness and experience life and, you know, develop new memories and new experiences that kind of distance themselves from the control of Helm. Once writing like that is introduced, I'll feel a lot better about the situation. But until then, I'm going to constantly be wondering why she didn't just activate Lacrima during the arc.
Yeah,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
thinking
I'm
it's
still.
all. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm still of the theory that they're more so going to use her to kind of like make sure that they can trust her, kind of worm their way in, but also uh, have them constant with now that they're going to know where they are constantly as her as like a beacon. They could basically do like continuous strikes to kind of wear them down with constant attacks, and then when they're so like exhausted and tired from like this type of constant threat that's been more constant than they've been for the last couple of years, then they could just activate her and have her like try and kill them when their like guard is down and they're like exhausted. I feel like that would be like a really good like long-term plan.
It becomes a situation where it's like it's a grenade now and it's also a grenade later, so why not use it now? But I think they just don't have like I think they just don't have the ability to, blow her up basically and have her become like a death machine. And it's just like eh, getting her into the gang, because it wasn't a guarantee that they were going to succeed in this mission with killing Julian and Diane. So as long as Lacrima is with them, it's cool because we can find them again and ambush them. And if we fail, the Lacrima is going to be with them because we're attacking Lacrima too. So Lacrima is going to stay with them, and then they're going to run somewhere. And then we're going to find them again, and eventually they're going to run out of places to go, and they're going to be too tired or something like that. And we're going to finally catch them. Like as long as she's with them, we're good. I don't need to fucking activate the button because maybe she also can't see, like right now, there she can see where Lacrima is, I'm guessing, but she can't like look through Lacrima's eyes, so she
Right.
can't see if Lacrima is
Yeah.
in the room. She can't see if Lacrima's like laying in bed with Diane or if Lacrima's taking a shit. So she can't just be like, all right, time to activate, because you put the weapon at risk. If you just trigger Lacrima while she's thousands of miles away and be like, all right, kill everybody. It's like Julian might see that, just crush her heart
Right.
instantly. Like he
Yeah.
might just immediately
The
shit on her,
weakness
and
is
it's
the
like,
weakness is known, and
yeah,
Julian already kind of danced on her at the first confrontation. So
yeah.
Mm.
They need to rally the troops, build more, and just keep like hitting them over and over.
right,
Because like trying to fight 1-on-1 doesn't work, and also trying to fight like 11v1 doesn't work. Like this Julian dude is different. Like he
yeah,
ripped up he ripped up like 16 of our niggas, and then fought against another dude who like mirrors powers. Like this dude, like we gotta have a plan B, and
hmm
Lacrima is that. So
hmm
like eventually, as long as they don't kill us and Lacrima's with them, we can keep hitting them.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
crazy.
It feels really good now that we've had the conversation because, like, after you introduced the idea that, like, or once the idea kind of came into mind that Helm can activate the sleeper cell at any time, it started making everything feel weird. But I'm very confident that Toru Kuramori understands, like, how people might perceive this chapter after thinking about it for a little bit. And, there has to be some kind of caveat introduced that says what we were talking about earlier about how I can't just like make her kill everybody, remotely from a distance if she's had this much time to live in this new reanimated body and establish a new ego and a new outlook and a new, you know, because Altus was brand new.
Yeah.
Lacrima's not
It,
brand new.
it seems like this is the type of situation where you can raise it. Like you resurrect the person, and like you raise them a certain way. So it's like some
Yeah.
characters that she resurrects might not want to leave because they
Right.
might be
So
cool. Like, Helen treats me good. Why would I leave? I'm gonna support her and be her soldier.
also, it could be a
It
thing
could
where
also.
originally Lacrima's reanimation was used for a different reason, as
Yeah.
in like not letting the king or anyone else in the royal vicinity know that Lacrima was murdered. And if
True.
like that was the motivation for reanimating Lacrima long before this Julian stuff ever happened, then like it makes a lot more sense that she can't just like remotely activate Lacrima and make her do her bidding from a distance, because it's like, well, I reanimated you for a completely different reason than hunting down the Child of Prophecy originally. So
Yeah.
like I reanimated you so that you know, Arcos wouldn't get reprimanded for killing, you know, his sister, or, you know, so that the king wouldn't know that one of his children, you know, was murdered in this way or something like that.
Yeah,
You
she
know what I
probably brought her
mean?
back and didn't do all the things like removing her ego, because like having Lacrima come back and be like, "Who am I?" Like the king will be like, "What the fuck is up? This ain't my daughter. Like, why should I
Yeah.
get amnesia?"
Type shit.
If anything, removing her memory of dying. That would be
Yeah.
the extent of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably just the memory of dying, and just be like,
Right.
"Oh, you hit your head really hard, and we,
Right.
we took you to the infirmary."
But
And,
Altus was reanimated for the specific reason of their last motive.
Yeah.
So like it's
so
it's
she
a
just needed a
lot.
soldier.
Yeah. So it's a lot different. Okay. I feel a lot better about this now.
Yeah,
All we need is writing to confirm what we're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta, pull your pants down and sit on the toilet and think about it for a while, man.
Yeah. Or that, and that's what I love about our channel and like discussion spaces like this, is that, you know, there aren't a whole lot of people online in general talking about Centuria, but we review it, and there's 3 to 4 minds on every new chapter that comes out that we review. So I might go into the review with a whole outlook on a new chapter that comes out, and I'll be ready to, you know, give my analysis and give my perspective on things. But then you will too, and we will too, and Traffy will too. And then by the end of the review, so many, you know, we're brainstorming, you know, theories and ideas related to the content presented to us that might make either one of us come out of the review with a better idea of how the chapter went than we initially thought going into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel better about this chapter now. But this it's unfortunate because these type of conversations can't exist like on the internet, like in regular, like like Twitter space, because people
Right.
will say like, y'all are writing the manga forum or whatever. Like people will
Right.
say shit like that.
You're
Like
ghostwriting.
yeah, or like they'll post the Kinemon pic and be like, fucking Toru Kuramori never thought of that type shit. It's like, please fucking just like not be. Please stop pretending to be a 16-year-old fucking Twitter TikTok nigga for like once in
Literally.
your life. You're 33. Like, use your mind.
Literally.
Like, a lot of people they can't get out of that fucking internet combativeness where they gotta oppose everything that they didn't think of.
And they just like address things like in new chapters of things at such a surface level, and then like the first funny thing that comes to their mind becomes their entire opinion on the series or the chapter. And then they run to the timeline and go, "This is my take." And then anyone who opposes that take has to get fucking, has to get attacked, because it's like, how dare you attack my take? Because this is all I have, because my entire identity is my takes on Twitter. So like you can't go against what I've committed to posting on the timeline. Otherwise I lose everything. And it's like, okay.
Especially since my haha tweet got fucking so many likes.
Right, exactly. It's
like, I'm right because all these people liked my tweet, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, good chapter. Would you got anything else for this one, Weeb?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, what about you, Knox?
I am also good.
Okay, that's gonna do it for Centuria chapter 70. Sure bet. Now jumping into Dandadan, we actually got 2 chapters to talk about. We didn't realize it, but we got 213 and 214. Going to kind of gloss over and talk about 213 Okarune's resolve first. Knox, how you feeling?
So 213 is interesting because it shows things from Okarune's perspective, trying to muster up the courage to address Momo in a way that might lead towards her remembering certain things about her past that she doesn't. And it's just like Okarune's personality coming through in his very like shy and nervous and cringy kind of way of addressing things, where he doesn't have any help, and it's very raw, nerdy Okarune without some kind of supernatural event, making his other side of his character like kind of come out as far as confidence goes. So and especially because it's Momo, he's like, I don't know how to address this kind of thing, and it's like a very awkward, specific situation regarding the woman that I love, and I don't know how to do it. So for that reason, I think that the chapter is really good on an Okarune level character-wise, but it's still like very frustrating that, she doesn't fucking remember anything, and he doesn't know how to make her, and, she's... it reminds me of like early Dandadan when they like first got to, you know, when they first met each other, and a lot of those things that kind of were shown in their initial characterization are here because they're effectively meeting again, quote unquote, for the first time. So it's kind of nostalgic in that way. But just knowing everything that's happened that Momo doesn't remember, it's super frustrating in that way too. So it's just a really good chapter for amplifying the consequence and the effect of the amnesia itself. So for that reason, I think it's great. But I just still just don't like the situation at all. I think it's meant to be frustrating and awkward. And I think Yukinobu Tatsu did a really good job in that way.
I think he's handling it better than people are giving him credit for. I see a lot of people just kind of like bashing the chapters lately because it's just like one of those things where it's like, you know, you tell somebody to check out a manga and it's like, oh yeah, it's an isekai, and they just kind of go, ew, isekai. And it's like the same thing is with like amnesia plots. Like as soon as like an amnesia plot comes, people just automatically assume it's like trash, and like, yeah, it's getting in the way of something, but like, you know, if the amnesia plot is able to make them come out stronger, then I think that's fine. Like if they, you know, come
Right.
out as a stronger couple or duo, and you know their bonds are, you know, even greater than they were before, I
Yeah.
think it's fine. Especially just because I mean we're chilling right now. You know, it's after an arc, so it's not like
It has to
in the
serve
middle.
multiple purposes. Like it can't just
Yeah,
be a hard stop on the plot progression for the sake of amnesia that feels like we're kind of in reverse and going backwards. Like this is important for the characters involved. Even if Momo is in reverse, nobody else is, especially Okarun.
yeah.
You know what I
Everybody,
mean?
there's so many characters around her who are like, bro, just fucking get it already. Like
Yeah.
everybody's like telling her, like it's not like she's in a situation where like Okarun's the only person that she's interacting with, and then she's like going home to like go to sleep and take a nap or whatever. Like she's interacting with like 30 different people, and they're all saying like, what you mean you don't remember this? And Okarun was like your best bud, and
Right.
Okarun's just like that awkward kid. Like it's always funny to see these situations where like the nerdy kid gets buff, but deep down inside he's still like the nerdy kid. So he's like creeping and sneaking behind the fucking bookcases and shit like that. Like he's afraid to show himself and stuff like that. He's nervous, but like he knows these other two girls by now. Like he's you know they well, I forget their names, Miko and I think it was in the last chapter. Like Miko and Kay, like they wouldn't, you know, like he knows the type of people they are now, so it's not like going up to them, they would pick on him or anything. Like, ooh, Momo, your weirdo friends back. Like they would be like, yo, like
That's
Miko,
your
let's go.
means.
Yeah, like, all right, Miko, let's go get some milk and let Momo talk to Okaru. Like they chill with it, so he knows. It's weird to see him kind of like duck down, and you know, everyone else doesn't have amnesia, just your
Right.
girl, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so
As
you
long
can.
as everyone besides the amnesia patient gets a progression in their character writing, you know, surrounding Momo, then I feel like everything feels a lot better. And if everyone can come out of this amnesia arc of Momo leading up to her getting all of her memories back with significant writing that we can say has moved them forward as characters, then the amnesia plot I feel like is successful. You
And
know
there's
what I
also
mean?
no one. There's also no one like trying to change who Momo was or change
Right.
how she viewed things. Like with Big Mom, it was like Big Mom wanted to like murder the Straw Hats, but when she got amnesia, Chopper was like, yeah, you're my best bud, help me out. It's like they completely changed who Big Mom was during her amnesia. Like
Right.
no one's like trying to go
Yeah.
like I was actually your boyfriend. You know, people were saying that they thought fucking Gigi would try and fucking make a move and say like, yeah, we were dating and shit.
What?
Yeah, I saw people saying
Yeah,
that,
we
and it's like.
Niggas
yeah
have
yeah
no
I mentioned some people were
idea.
gonna say
Niggas
probably
have
gonna say
no
that.
idea who Gigi even is if they think that that's
Yeah,
a move that he would legitimately make. Like you niggas are
probably should
not
assume it was Kinta.
actually you niggas are not actually reading Dandadan. Kenta
Yeah.
tries to do
Kent's is
that, but
yeah, but
like
Kent's is a
that's
joker. Like
right.
everyone
Like that's
knows.
Kenta's character. They're gonna use that for comedy. If you genuinely thought that that Gigi was waiting for this moment or is using this moment as a way to make his move on Momo to take advantage of her amnesia, that's not only extremely gross, but like you just didn't know who Gigi was.
Yeah,
It's a
she's
matter
just
of
You
never.
reading
don't know you don't know
comprehension.
you don't know what Dandadan is trying to do if that's
Yeah,
your idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just in this case, everyone around her is trying to like restore her, not like change who she was, get her to do anything different, or like get her to have a different opinion of any character. They want her back the same way she was, not like, head over heels in love with this character, or like, they're not trying to tell her she was actually, a great tennis player or nothing. It's just like, oh, you don't remember fucking Ghosts, huh? It's like, fuck are you talking about, Ghosts? Like they're trying to get her to remember all the shit that she knew and not like change her character.
Yeah.
And not Okarune's not making up shit like, oh man, what about the time when I saved you from these fucking the dude, these guys that were hitting on you. Like he's not like fucking throwing in fake shit to try and win brownie points. He's just like, bro,
Yeah.
you don't remember the occult stuff we did?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
also like, sorry, excuse me. The thing I do kind of think will be interesting now is that we knew that she didn't have her powers from that, but like now we see based off of her interactions with everybody else, she can't see the paranormal either.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like
is
how
that's the
that's
next
gonna be?
chapter, right?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. We
well,
might as
oh
well.
my god, I blended the two
No,
together.
it's okay.
It's
We,
cool.
we
We
might
might as
as
well
well
merge it.
go into
Yeah.
214. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we can pull back and talk about, if something comes up for 213, that's cool. But yeah, we might as well just kind of blend it all together. So, go ahead and see what
My
you
bad.
say.
Yeah, no.
No,
Keep
take it.
cooking.
Yep. Like the thing I'm curious about is that now that she can see them, it's gonna make it it's gonna make it like more of a everybody else has to like compensate for the loss of their brain essentially, because like now they're all gonna have to like try and keep Momo out of these dangerous situations with like ghosts and yokai to
Yeah,
the
what's it
point
going to be
where
like when the next supernatural event occurs and Momo doesn't have her memories or her powers, but she's still
it could
kicking
always
it with niggas that those supernatural things affect?
you know what we need. We need Okarun to lose one of his nut golden balls again.
Bruh. No.
Do we need that?
No, we don't.
Because
I just
that
wanted
was
to
like
throw that out there.
65% of the story so far.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to throw that out there for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But
So,
like, I would like it if it was like an idea where like it's such a dangerous threat that she'll be able to see just a vague image of it just for the fact that she's like that close to death, meaning that she's closer to the yokai, which would be an extra layer onto how people can like see ghosts towards certain like conditions.
That could help be a
And
trigger
maybe
for her memory reclamation.
exactly,
Is like,
or at least an
oh,
awakening to her powers,
yeah,
reawakening to them.
yeah.
I think Saint Germain kind of is doing the thing that I was saying. Like, at least everyone's not doing this. Germain is gonna end up being the one that does it. So he's
Yeah.
like, "Tell me about your worries," and she's gonna be like, she looking at him. It's like, "Oh yeah, authority. He's an adult. He's a teacher at my school. He's gonna counsel me. So I'll tell him, oh man, I can't
They saying all
can't
this
remember
weird
anything.
shit.
Yeah, my friends are, saying that I lost my memories, and I just don't, they say they're my friends. I don't really know them. And he's like, he tries to like score some points. He's like, yeah, I think they really were your friends, but like you should, keep talking to me, and until I'll listen to you until you get yourself together. And then he probably tries to put some shit in her head too,
Mhm.
while he's, quote unquote helping her out, and eventually she's gonna get her powers back, but she might like she'll get her memories back, but she'll probably have like the thought of him being a good guy. And then when it's revealed that he's trying to do some nefarious shit, she's like, wait, he's cool in
This is
this.
the
Like, no,
bro.
Yeah.
he's
Well,
homie in this. Like, but he's trying to stab me in my back. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Though the thought literally just popped into my head while you were talking about this. Uh, what if the fact that she has her memories reset to day one? What if that altered her mind in a way where Saint Germain's like memory shtick doesn't work on her, and she has no idea who this random guy in their school
What
is,
memory
and his
shtick?
ability to manipulate her memories like everybody else just doesn't
I
work,
don't remember him.
making
Wait,
her like a glitch in the system.
I don't remember him
wait,
doing
when?
that. Who did he do that
Yeah,
to?
no, he manipulated everyone's memories into thinking that he was always
Oh,
there,
yeah, like
and
with
also to them forgetting that they ever met him face to face.
yeah, remember Koki, I think her name was, when
And
she
Zuma.
she couldn't they couldn't remember like who gave them the knife or whatever. It was always like
Oh,
it was always
yeah.
like the image, the guy on the fucking
This
neighborhood watch
shadowy
sign or
silhouette
whatever.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
And I think Zuma too.
Really?
I
Um,
think so. I think
I
so
think
maybe.
I don't think
Or
it
was
was
it a
Zuma. I
no
think it
wait,
was
no wait. It
I think
was
it
the
was the
kid, I think.
girl. It was the girl.
Wait, I gotta
it
say
might have been
something
the kid.
unrelated. I gotta say something
Go ahead.
unrelated. So,
Go ahead.
remember when the last time we saw the officer that knows Zuma, and he
Yeah.
ran up on that situation where that dude in the trench coat was like attacking some woman or something like that in a chapter, like after Seiko fought the bull demon guy.
Yeah, and he was trying to get to where the action was at, but Seiko and
Yeah.
the dudes got away.
Yeah, so like someone had mentioned it, I think in our comments or maybe online on Twitter or something like that. I can't remember. That's the same nigga that's in the underwear in the Dandadan like spaceship.
Huh?
Yeah. So wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Now that I've brought it up, I have to say shit. So what was the last chapter where it was Red Baron? Yeah, it's chapter 211. So if you go to chapter 211 and you see on page what is this? Page 10? Yeah. Page 10 of 211, so that we may create the ultimate yokai. This dude with the high and tight fade in the underwear with the huge package sitting in the Dandadan ship.
You're saying that that's Zuma's fucking stepdad?
No. I'm saying that that's the dude who attacked that woman that Zuma's like stepdad ran up on.
Oh, by the like lake or whatever. Like they were walking.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
right.
This is that same character.
Chapter 191. It's the same nigga.
It's the same nigga. You said 191. Let me go look.
191.
Let me go look, because someone said that online or in our comments, and I was like, bro, what?
Hold on.
It's literally him.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's him. It's him. I'm looking. It's him. But he was like a frogman or something. Hold on. Please hand over your Kazuka knife to the man in front of you. Like, Jermaine's talking to him. Jermaine's talking to the teacher. It's the teacher.
Yeah, the one that got like manipulated by
Buff nigga.
by the gym nigga. Yeah, by the gym teacher nigga. Yeah.
Yeah, she got approached. Yeah, and then he slammed her on the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, accept your defeat. He's beating her with the briefcase, accept your defeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then the cop,
Zuma's stepdad jaws him, like throws a front kick at his ass and knocks him over, and he's like, yo, send backup. Yeah. Yeah. This is that nigga, bro.
So what if this nigga is like a vessel or something? Like he's using the fairy tale card here, but what if like fucking he's like a blank canvas type character and fucking the ideal, fucking yokai creation or whatever is like like this nigga is, like you can just put 1,000,000 batteries in this nigga back.
Bruh.
And so like the end goal is to just fucking fill this nigga up with a bunch, like he's gonna be perfect sale once Jermaine's done with him.
It's crazy,
bro. This is crazy. He's going to become the ultimate yokai. Like right now, he's just an egg.
You're right.
Oh,
I just had to bring that up because I remembered it. I probably should have done that like last review or whatever, but like I just remembered it now, so I had to like deviate from it because it's like a super important plot point that we should probably talk about. But
for sure,
yeah. Isn't that so nuts?
That's crazy. I did not fucking... Nobody said that in our comment section. That must have been some shit on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember where I heard it from, but I just remembered and I was like, yo, I have to tell you this.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So... yeah, so we don't even know what happened after this. I don't remember... I don't think we see Zuma's dad after that. So, like, Zuma's dad could have got balled up.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because that nigga is like serious ties, not just like a goon, but like he's
might be the main event.
Yeah, he might be the vessel, like he might be the guy.
For
That's
the merger.
Crazy.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, literally the merger nigga. Yeah, okay. All right. Wow.
I just had to say that. Yeah.
That's some shit to think about. But yeah, so
back to
Jermaine's cooking.
Yeah,
Jermaine's got some shit cooking, and this is a good chapter. Everyone trying to remind her of shit. I think it's very hilarious that like fucking Ira goes like, "Yo, Momo, you got a second?" And then she like activates her like silky form and stands in front of her, and it's just she's just straight like aura posing like to
Right.
her. Like Momo's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like to she doesn't see the the fucking
Well,
exorcism
what this
transformation.
yeah, what this does though is it like communicates to us that even though Ira and Momo have this catty rivalry between them, where all they do is call each other skanks and like fight over like Okarun's affection, basically. Like that's kind of like their whole dynamic. At the end of the day, like Ira genuinely is trying to trigger memories inside of Momo to get her back to
Yeah.
where she was, and she's
Yeah,
experimenting with ways to potentially trigger those memories from coming back along with the rest of the crew. Like, yo, do you remember this? Oh no, she doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, if she and obviously we know this because we pay attention to the story that like that's not all their relationship is, even though that's like a major point of their relationship. But like we
Yeah,
still
Momo.
know that they love each other. Like they're family at the end of the day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
And
Momo's basically her first real friend.
yeah,
yeah,
Ira genuinely wants Momo to come back to reality with all of her memories, along with
yeah,
everyone else, despite the fact that they'd be fighting about Okarun
yeah.
together.
It's kind of
And
like
yeah,
not exactly, but like I think of like Yusuke and Kuwabara, kind
yeah,
of like
yeah,
they're homies, but they be fighting, but like they fuck with each other, they respect each other. They're just not like Kuwabara and Yusuke aren't like in love with the same girl and shit. So
type shit.
there's obviously differences, but like that's the closest like rivalry
Yeah,
characters that I can think of off
for
the top
sure,
like that.
for sure.
But yeah, Ira fucks with her, and like I imagine it's gotta kind of hurt to have Momo just lose all her memories, and it's like Momo, you kind of freed me from
Right.
the type of person that I was before because I wasn't like a good person, and thanks to you and your friends, like I've become a lot better,
Yeah.
as a
Mhm.
person, and now you
Right.
don't remember anything. It's like
That
that's all
acro
good, like that.
silky shit
Yeah,
was
like
half Momo at the end of the day.
yeah, a
Like
lot of
Yeah.
shit. Momo is the reason a lot of these niggas are alive. Like Momo has
exactly.
always been the big like Okaru's doing the drop kicks, but Momo's the one with the tactics and figuring
Right.
shit out like
She is
90% of
the
the time.
aftermath.
Right.
Yeah, and she's throwing hands too, and she's got heart. Like she's not she hasn't given up on anyone. She's fucking taking hella blows for Okaru. Like because of her, a lot of this gang is here.
Hmm.
She's the fucking president,
Yes,
and
sir.
She's the
yeah.
brain of these idiots.
Yeah, for real. And fucking this shit's funny though. Like Kenta just fucking
Now's my
please remain calm.
chance.
But
Like, nigga,
yeah,
back
cool.
up.
We were
Yeah.
lovers, and no, you weren't. Like everyone's, everyone's making it obvious that it's a joke, but she's
Right.
because she doesn't have a memory. She's like, all right, you guys are fucking weird and liars and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
How am I
You know
supposed to
what's
believe anything?
Right.
what's something that just occurred to me now to prove aliens exist to Momo?
Hmm.
Her house is made out of literal nanoskin. They could just
Good point.
reshape it whenever they want.
Very good
Like
point.
I feel like, oh, take me to boxing crab. We'll take her to boxing crab guy the next day,
Yeah.
so that she sees proof of an alien. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
her house is made of the stuff.
That's
So I
part
feel
of
like,
the. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, that was it. I'm like,
I
that
was
was
gonna
it.
say that's like part of the gag though, where it's like he's like, "Hey, I'll prove it to you." Vamola, come show your alien suit, and she's like, "Ah, battery's dead." And he's like, "Fuck, all right, fucking, Ira, do the thing." And Ira, just stands there basically. In Momo's point of view, it's like, okay, what are you guys supposed to be proving? It's like, oh, we'll
Yeah.
go see Peeny Weeny later. It's like, who the fuck? Like, bro, you're just making shit up. So I feel like
Yeah.
by the time, like, they're still in school. So, like, she walked off because, like, to her, these guys are just lying about a bunch of shit. So she walks off, go talks to the teacher. And, like, by the time she gets home to be able to see the, like, nanoskin, she'll probably have already gotten her memories back. Like, this whole thing will
Maybe.
probably be wrapped
Or
up.
her memories manipulated by Saint Germain. But here's the thing: is that like when it comes to the frustration that is kind of produced by this comedy that we get in this chapter, where they're like, she's like, show me the proof of what you're talking about, and Okarun's like, bro, you don't believe what I'm talking about? Like, they exist. Like, show me proof. He's like, well, Vamola, and Momo is buying the fake story of Vamola's exchange student story. Like, she came from India, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, show me proof. And it's like, well, my kaiju suit is busted right now. It's like, okay, so you can't show me that. You know what I mean? So you're still lying to me. And
Yeah.
then Ira pulls up you know, and then Momo is like, you're trying to use my amnesia to hit on me. You know, like all this stuff is being used as like frustration, like comedy. You know, like, oh, you're like, you can't show me the Vamola proof. Well, then you're trying to hit on me, and it's all fake. Then Ira's like, or then Kenta is like, yo, you used to be in love with me, and they all beat his ass, and it's like, yo, you're lying, like, nigga, shut the fuck up. And it's like, okay, so this nigga's lying too, according to y'all. So like, what should I like? If you can't show me the Vamola shit because her suit is broken, and this Kenta nigga's horny as hell trying to tell me that I'm in love with him, and then you beat his ass because he's lying. Now I have two instances of reasons why I can't believe y'all. Then Ira pulls up and is like, yo, check this out, and she can't see it. And now she's like, okay, now I have 3 times of you guys trying to say, like, here's evidence, and you guys don't have it. You know what I mean? And it's just like this back and forth, and I feel like a lot of it plays into the idea that the characters, regardless of the experience that they have with this character, with Momo, and all of the things that they've been through that they're trying to trigger her memories for, it's like, bro, we've been to war together, and you just don't know, but we can't show you because you can't perceive yokai stuff. And the alien stuff can't be proved to you because the sci-fi tech is broken. You know what I mean? Like all of it kind of plays into this idea that these are literal children. You know what I mean? Like trying to make a very complex and specific supernatural situation, trying to make sense of a very specific supernatural situation to someone who's lost all their memories. And they're all just still kids. You know what I mean? Like they're doing it like the childish like way, like especially in the Kenta side of things. You know what I mean? Like he's doing his horny like comedy bit, and like sure, a lot of things make sense logically for why they can't like prove the Vamola stuff and the Iris stuff. But at the end of the day, like these are high schoolers trying to make another high schooler remember extremely significant supernatural and extranormal events make sense to someone who doesn't have their memories anymore. So like how well are literal children going to be able to find out the way to make this make sense to a person in this situation? And then here comes Saint Germain, the adult, with a plan and an antagonistic motive, you know, to kind of manipulate the situation in the way that we know he's going to in the future. But I just love this chapter because it does so much for the relationship of the characters involved to like act the way that they're doing, and some of it might be used for comedy and whatnot, some of it might be used for like frustration, like, oh, the kaiju suit is broken, oh, you can't actually perceive spirits anymore, so the Irish transformation doesn't make sense. But they pepper in comedy that makes sense for the characters involved, but also serves the purpose of not being able to fulfill the condition of triggering her memories for one reason or other with Ira or with Vamola. And it's all just like, holy shit. Like these are literal like 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Like how effective are they really going to be in this situation regardless of what they've been through together? Exactly.
And the name situation too, where she's like, so what's your real name? And he's like, I can't tell you because you're not gonna like it. And then like when she finally hears his real name, she's like, bro, that's a regular ass name. Like, are we even like she don't remember that she was in love with the actor.
Right.
So she's like, bro, you couldn't tell me your name. It was a plain ass name, dog. Like,
There's actually like something I saw on Twitter, but everyone's forgetting one thing. They never said his full name.
That doesn't matter.
Just his last name.
That doesn't matter, I don't think.
No, I think it matters because like Ken Takakura is a very specific name.
Right.
Takakura could be like you said, an ordinary name.
True, but like
you gotta say the full name.
If she remembered Takakura Ken in a way to where it's like, I love this like celebrity, Takakura should be enough to have her think twice at least. You know what I mean?
I want to say yeah, but like I also want to say like if somebody just said like, yeah, my last name's Jackson, I wouldn't just like go, oh wow, I love Michael Jackson. Like I wouldn't jump to be like, oh, your last name's Jackson. My favorite artist is Michael Jackson.
You're
I love
totally right. Yeah.
I think it goes by that. It's going to go by that logic, which is kind of why I feel like the second she hears Ken Takakura, something might feel familiar or start to click to a degree, and at least start the pathway to like remembering.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
She'll be like, now I get why you didn't like. She'll be like, wait, actually, Okarun, don't say that fucking name or whatever. But like, you know, Takakura was fine. It's like a common name. She's like, who? You couldn't tell me your name was Takakura? Like, no big deal, bro. Are we really friends? And then she walks off, and it's like, you know, usually the adults, the teachers are the ones that you can go to in these situations. Like the teachers they should have built up a certain, kind of environment at school where you can come and talk to them about anything. And so she goes and talks to him, and he probably plants it in her, like, we don't know what he's gonna say. Like, if he has some way of manipulating memories, he could find a way and like tell her like it's all lies. He could fucking suit her up with a knife. He could give her a
Right.
knife and be like, go
Yeah.
stab them fuckers. Like, we don't know what he's gonna
Yo.
do.
Yeah.
He would have to have blackmail on her though, probably. In order to
I mean,
in order to bring her to that point where he's like, use the knife on these people.
yeah, probably. Or he could like threaten, like he's got grandma. Like he
True.
probably know where grandma at, so he could be
True.
like, I'll heal your grandma if you can fucking do this
Yeah, there you
or
go.
whatever. But yeah, this was a Dandadan chapter. I just love, my favorite part was just the fucking pose, bro. Because I'm just like, Momo's looking at fucking Ira and is like, bro, you just like piccoloing on me right now. You just aura farming in front of me like nothing's. Why'd you just? What am I looking at? Like fucking, do you got a second? Just super serious stare into Momo's face is like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to be seeing?
Yeah.
It's like JoJo's. Nobody can see your stand in JoJo's unless they have a stand themselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is interesting stuff. Man, I feel like it's gonna go into like a fucking Momo is kidnapped arc now. Like,
No.
she's like,
Rescue Momo arc.
Yeah, she's got amnesia. She goes with Saint Germain, and he fucking
Makes her evil.
Either that or
No.
like fucking just fucking keeps her hostage, and now the crew has to like find her, figure out who the bad guy is in this case, and they're still dealing with her not having her memories, and they come to rescue her, and they're like, she's like, who are you? Why are you guys here? Aren't you just my classmates? It's just like a weird situation. So feeling kind of fuzzy, man. I'm ready for the next one. Ready to see.
So am I.
I'm looking forward to, seeing what 20 chapters from now looks like. Because 20 chapters ago, we had fucking underpants dude fucking drop kicking their teacher and beating her with a suitcase. So, like, what's going to happen in another 20 chapters? But, you got anything else for this one, Weber?
Nah, I'm all spent.
What about you, Knots?
I'm also spent.
All right, we super squeezed out, super duper. That was Dandadan, chapter 213 and 214. Feeling kind of fuzzy. Now jumping into Shangri-La Frontier, chapter 240. Disaster so tantalizingly close at hand. How you feeling, Weeb?
Good. I like this chapter.
All right, that'll do
Yeah,
it.
so-
Chapter 240.
Sorry, I had to take a sip of water back there. But yeah, anyway, bet's done. So I really did like, I did enjoy that we literally got the start of the assault right now with the Rabbit Zoo attack force, and how we're literally setting up for a pretty quick, I have to say, like, confrontation with the clone of the Colossi snake. I mean, we'll definitely get to there within the next like 2 or 3 chapters, depending how this goes. But I like how we accelerated this with the fact that, I had this item that will attract all their attention to me, like bees to honey. So it'll make things easier to find the main clone body.
Gotta have the MacGuffin.
Actually, since you weren't here, before we jump into this chapter, really, I want to know what you thought about last chapter with the rabbit riding the fucking warthog. Do you have an idea of who you think she's like bringing to the battle?
I'm pissed that none of you guys brought up that it could have been Katsu.
No, I think we did talk about that possibility.
I don't think so. I think I listened to the podcast. I don't think you guys brought up Katsu.
I could have
You brought
sworn
up
Trappy
Sylvie.
said that.
I think you brought up Sylvie.
I think it's definitely Sylvie. Yeah. Maybe someone in the comments. Maybe someone in the comments said it was Katsu.
Maybe,
but like my first thought was like, ooh, maybe Katsu's luck finally came around after the arcs and arcs of him complaining that he hasn't gotten a unique scenario yet.
I feel like that would kind of like yeah, it makes sense for Kazuo to finally get one, but I feel like it wouldn't be related to the same one. Kind of like how Kane Kitsu has her own, thing. She's got a mark just like Sanraku, but it's a completely different.
It's from Seagworm and not like
it's from Seagworm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So
true.
like,
Though I mean, look, we still I mean, look, we still had like there's other colossi and stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe Katsu like encountered the real snake or a different colossi that we haven't seen yet, and that's why we're getting the rabbit
That could
X's
be
show up
fine.
for all we
Like
know.
I
So
would be cool with Katsu or Pencilgon. I don't think it's either of them. I think it makes the most sense for it to be Sylvie, just because
Yeah,
just because like with the way that the last chapter was framed, it's like the cliffhanger is supposed to make us ask who it could possibly be.
yeah,
And if it was just going to end up being a character that we already, have in the main cast,
yeah, have seen in the last 5 chapters.
yeah, then like it hits a little different than if it would be like I genuinely think that if it's not Sylvie, that like not I'm gonna be mad. I don't think I'm gonna be mad if it's not Sylvie because like it could literally be anyone and then the writing can be introduced and make it make sense and that'll be fine. But I think that like if it's just Katsu or something, or like even if it was Tiger Zero, I would be like, you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
feel like it has to be some outlier, unexpected but relevant character that's like
imagine
holy
if
shit,
it's
or it's a completely new character that gets all of their writing, retroactively, and like then it's fine. So I feel like it has to be Sylvie or someone completely new.
this probably won't happen like at all. But imagine if it's the Schwarzwolf guy that Sunraku's supposed to fight right after this.
Bro.
and he fucks up the operation. I want to put
Yeah.
this in like in JJK terms, and so like I think having it be Sylvie would hit like the same way it hit when Miguel showed up in the fucking Sukuna fight. It's like, bro,
Right.
what the where the fuck, who the fuck thought
Yeah.
this guy would be, like
Yeah.
versus like having it be Katsu and it's just like, oh yeah, it's Yuzi's turn to fight.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
we already know that, Kazo is a character that can show up, but
Yeah.
like
It has to be someone that we weren't expecting to show up, but I feel like it hits harder if it's that plus a character that we already know instead of
yeah.
Mhm.
just a brand new character that gets retroactive or that gets writing,
Yeah,
after the
like
fact or whatever. So
yeah, like
that's
I
why I
think
think
it'd
it
be
has
funny
to
if it
be
was
Sylvie.
Sylvie. Would make the most sense,
Right.
especially considering that she was set up in the Galaxy Hero arc. I just brought up Katsu because I think it would be funny to actually get payoff, and Katsu's like, "Oh, sweet, I got a unique. What do you mean you're throwing me in a literal den of snakes right away?"
Mm-hmm.
I could see what if it's not Sylvie, but it's one of Sylvie's homies. Like she came to the game with one of her homeboys, and he gets dragged in here. He
Hmm.
talks to these guys, and then it's like, yeah, this was fun, but like I gotta go holler at my friend Sylvie after this. We're supposed to be playing something. They're like, wait, Sylvie,
Right.
and
I feel
then
like
Oh,
it
what about
has to
Nutmeg?
be. I feel like if you're going to come to a conflict this important to this quest line, it has to be a serious character that will actually matter for the whole time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Imagine if it's Katsu's like other like competitive gaming teammate. I forgot her name. Nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
oh yeah, yeah, the girl.
Yeah,
Oh, the
imagine if it's
girl
her.
that was on their team.
Their
Yeah,
team.
yeah,
Yeah. Imagine if
I
it's
forgot
her,
about her.
bringing her back into the story. Then she gets to be on a team with Katsu.
But then what's she doing here in this major conflict point in the Rabatusa quest line?
Well,
Right?
the,
Like
I don't
It's
know.
just,
I'm just.
it's
I
just
just
whoever,
wanna-
this
whoever
is too important to Rabatusa for it to just be someone like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's
Fair
definitely got to
enough.
be somebody who's going to be able to turn the tide. So it's got to be
Right.
like either a baller gamer that we know or someone that we get their backstory for and find out like how
Right.
like tough they are. So
Right.
I mean, I would be cool with either one. I would like I said, we've talked about it a couple of times. I would love for Wolfgang to have a rival, somebody a gang or a person that like that way. Fucking Wolfgang can't just like fucking trample
monopolize
over.
everything.
Yeah,
Right.
like they're just fucking steamrolling the game
Right.
and nobody's like fucking providing any sort of like obstacle, like
Yeah.
something. So
Going back
yeah,
into the chapter, though, I think that what this chapter does is really important for Aidward's character, which is
yeah,
what we were talking about. We kind of like needed, and what we always knew we were going to get from an arc like this with Aidward in the main cast of it. So like this is like the start of giving us everything that we need from Aidward that we've been talking about. Obviously, his like backstory or like any other relevant writing related to Aidward can come after we get this in the moment, present time, presentation of what he can do in this moment. So this is good for setting up Aidward as a character beyond just dialogue that we've had up until this point. Now he's actually taking an active role in what's going on in the action, and it's very impressive, and we like what we're seeing from him. His personality kind of gets like a 180 from what we've seen so far. Now that he's in, this very high conflict situation, we see the relevance of him in this conflict personally, directly, and now all that's left is like legitimate like lore for him before before his inevitable death or whatever we were talking about.
Yeah, like when I was reading this chapter and I got to the page where like Emil was like, "Oh, what's that sound?" And then a snake attacks, and then like I see Aidward, and I'm like, wait, they're doing it now? Like, I remember it was like, I don't remember if it was like just me or if we were all kind of like on it, but I remember saying like Aidward's probably gonna like die like trying to protect Emil, and then it like looked like it was happening here. He jumped it away. He gets like, it looks like he gets a bite, but
Right.
like. He doesn't get poisoned, I guess. I guess he blocks it or something, but his glasses fall off. But
yeah,
like,
it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest with you.
yeah. But it's just like, what, they're doing it already? Like,
Yeah.
Aidward's gonna get fucking axed, one chapter into the arc, but I guess not. But this is very interesting because his, like you said, he gets a 180. His personality completely flips, and I don't know if it's like, if it's something that he just always had, or if it felt like something that happened when he dropped the glasses. Like, as soon as the glasses comes off, he's like, "Don't give me that crap. Get your worthless ass."
He starts
what the hell
talking
are you
different.
slackers? Yeah, what are you slackers doing? Looking at me, you bunch of morons. Get your asses in gear. And I was like, bro, is this like a character? His glasses come off and he becomes a different person. Like, is this like a Perry the Platypus situation?
That's a
where
good question.
he's just.
I think it might be his like actual personality. Like, he's keeping the persona of a guy that keeps it all together, but really he's just a bundle of just like hick rage.
Well, I mean, like this circumstance, like this situation that they're in,
Yeah, like the stress got to him.
Yeah, it could bring a completely different side of him out because of how high stakes everything is for him as a character. So I don't know if it's directly related to the glasses, even though they made a point to show that the glasses came off and fell on the ground, and then his personality switched. But so like that's not off the table. But I think it makes a lot more sense that because the situation has become that much more intense and high stakes, that it's bringing this out of his character specifically, until we get writing that suggests otherwise. And I also want to say that it's not entirely off the table that he has been poisoned too.
Yeah, he could have been poisoned, and it just hasn't like gotten
shown it
to
yet.
him.
Yeah,
And it's just like it's causing him to like enrage or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that's like affecting his mind and shit. Yeah, I can't wait to see more with it. But yeah, if he picks up those glasses and is like, where was I?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking die. He's like, Sunraku, could you pass me that map, please? It's like, bro, who are you, dog?
Yeah, we still getting hit by these snakes, so.
Yeah, they're like, let's make sure he don't lose his glasses ever again. Yeah,
right.
So that nigga kind of wild. But yeah, this shit's cool, yo. Like, he's got this fucking sword from his dad, and like, okay, boom, lore. We getting fucking Vash lore. He's got a sword that's basically like the color red for bulls, but for snakes, like they can't resist this shit. They get stupid fucking horny for this sword or whatever. Is it? I guess. Is it like, it looks like there's like a snake wrapped around it, so maybe is that like, are they being called by like, you're using, the fang of, my Faja or whatever? Like, is that the kind of deal that's going on? Or
maybe.
Tanryu or Forged Dragon. So it's like, I guess a dragon bone or something. I don't know, but yeah, wasn't expecting him to get so busy so soon, because he's like fucking slapping that bitch in the fucking snake's eye and drop kicking, and he's getting active.
Yeah.
And he riled up the folks. Like, we kind of got a page. I was saying, I want like a fucking double spread of all the rabbits going hard, and we got
a splash.
Yeah, didn't get the double A, but we got that single. So that shit was money.
Mm-hmm.
But good money. Shot.
But I still think we need exactly what you were talking about, where specific Rabatuza characters are in focus doing like big name shit, not just a splash page or even a double page splash of like some war collision with random no names running into snakes. Like, we legitimately need like powers being used by Rabatuza characters
Yeah,
that
we
make
need
it,
like
yeah,
characters like making a name for themselves on the
type
battlefield
shit,
type
type
shit.
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But no, this was dope. Sonraku fucking, he took his chance and he's blitzing through,
He hit the
running through
Levin
the fucking.
Hazard past the distracted snakes. That double page is so fire.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fire. Flipping through, jumping and shit. Yeah, can't wait to see what the fuck he, where he's about to land. And like, isn't this snake like these? I don't know. For some reason, like when in the last chapter or two, I was like, what if they get to these? They see these snakes and it's like mutated and funny looking or something. And it's like I don't know why I thought that because we've seen a snake before
Yeah.
in this series, but like, are these? I don't know. Are these snakes like a byproduct or a clone or that like that the one that Sunraku fought in the beginning, like chapter 3, was it related to these in any way,
Good
or was that
question.
just a random snake?
I
Because
guess we have
I
to
think it
kind
was
of
like an.
wait. You want to know what? These snakes have the same kind of hairs on the side of their
That's
head
what I'm
that that
saying.
one does.
I think it because that one was like an area boss.
Yeah. Wait a
Some
minute. Let's look.
Shangri-La Frontier snake area boss.
Nah, we can just go to chapter 2.
Ravenous Python. Yeah. It had some
Yeah,
hair.
it has like the same like kind of hair.
It had like
Situation.
two like twin tails or whatever, two pigtails.
No,
but
it has like Super Saiyan 3 hair with some ponytails on the side. Like this nigga, like if you go to
yeah,
chapter 2, if you go to chapter 1, it's in chapter 1. But like if you go to the end of chapter 1, there's like a volume extra page dedicated
yeah.
to Voracious Big Snake. And you see its whole design with all of its hair and shit, and it's got a lot of hair. And then if you go to this recent chapter, like these snakes kind of have hair poking out on the side like that, and it's like, would any snake just be having hair like that?
Yeah, I
I don't
wonder if
know.
that snake is some sort of relative or something. Even if it ain't like directly related, like Seagworm and then this like black dragon or whatever, like they're
Yeah,
all kind of like in the same fucking
yeah.
family or whatever.
I think we can confidently say that there is some kind of relation to them. Um, but like not enough for us to go like, oh, like in that way. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe if
but
there's any relation at all, then it matters. But
yeah, and I wonder just how far this like battle is really gonna go because like every Colossi battle that we've seen so far has been a long
yeah,
fucking 30 plus chapter
and it's
battle, and it's like
stage
this.
related.
Yeah, and this one like we get here, but they're rushing like a clone of the Colossi, so it's like
That they know is a clone going into it,
yeah,
whereas like Lycagon's clone was revealed to be a clone like halfway through towards the end of the conflict. So
yeah. And so like when Sunraku gets there and he does whatever, like how long is the fight gonna be with the clone? And like is it gonna be like, okay, we beat the clone, we push back the snakes, and now we also have to go and find the boss, the actual snake, and like is
yeah,
that gonna be, a break, or are we just gonna jump straight into it? Like just wonder how long this arc is gonna be, considering, we had like just looking at the Katarnet fight, like there was so much there. Like Sunraku had to do all that shit around the like underwater city before he could even like open up the area where Katarnet was.
right.
And then it was even then like during the fight, it was like a 3-staged boss battle. It was like so much that went into it versus this one. He just pulled up to the crib and he was like, we going into the mines. We're going to go fight. And he's like rushing towards the snake now. So it's like, I wonder how far this is going to go.
Right.
Also, we didn't talk about the color page.
Oh
Fucking
yeah, great color page.
ball
Yeah,
and color page.
good color page.
Yeah, we even got like a photo in the background, which is like I think a color page from a previous chapter, like
Yeah, it is,
chapter
isn't
like
it?
40 or something. Yeah, that was a color page too.
Who's peeking through this door? So we got Sea Crew,
That's Vash and Secret. Yeah,
but what's in between those two?
I think that's just Secret's ear.
No. I mean, like, so if you look at the very top, it's Vash. Oh, it's Vash's kimono.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. All the bunnies.
Butter.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So and then the one that's riding the hog. So Vash got at least 8 kids. So where's the mom?
Yeah, good question.
Like,
What's the mom talking about?
yeah, where your mom's at, nigga?
Yeah, where your mom at, nigga?
Yeah,
Trying to see some Lola Bunny type shit.
tight shit, tight shit.
Uh,
Yeah, but this color page is dope, and like this fucking like this table that Edward's like reading on, like the front of these designs, this shit look like real. Like this look like
that's
a
right.
picture.
Yeah, it really does.
Like you can tell,
The
the rest of
texture
it
and
is
like the wooden
yeah,
like engravings like look very
yeah.
photorealistic. Yeah.
And the ceiling, like bro, my floors downstairs look like this ceiling. Like that's the color. Like that shit looks straight like the wood I got on my floor.
Funny
It's
as
crazy.
hell.
But yeah, good chapter. Edward showing out, rabbits flexing a bit. Finna see what's up, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Sunraku bouncing, and they fucking everybody on their toes fighting these snakes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's finna get interesting once Sunraku reaches, because right now the snakes are all kind of like they don't have any character to them. None of them are saying anything. They're not like
Yeah, they're just like random infantrymen. Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get to some snakes with some personality. Get some rabbits talking besides like fucking Vash's direct children. His line of fucking rabbits, and we got to get like Sunraku, Kanye Akitsu, and like whoever this other player is to fucking get some fucking real money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going and see, I guess.
Yeah, we finna see. Hopefully we get some Bangerville stuff this week. New chapter tomorrow. If you're listening to this chapter, probably out already.
Hey.
But pretend it ain't, baby. But yeah, I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else, Knox?
I'm good.
What about you?
I like this chapter.
Yeah.
And that's gonna do it for chapter 240, disaster. So tantalizingly close at hand. Now jumping into Ranger Reject, chapter 190 through 194. And since we have such a girthy fucking amount of chapters to talk about, we are just not gonna do it at all. And we're gonna talk about Ichi the Witch. I mean, we're still gonna talk about Ranger, but we won't do it in the way we normally do, because just for time's sake, we just ain't got time, man. It's like if we talked about every chapter the way we normally do, it's like we could spend 30 minutes on a chapter, and it's like we could do that and be here until like we all die of old age. So to prevent that, I already kind of like I streamed and I read the chapters live or whatever. So I gave a little content on the chapters already. You can look at that.
Ranger fans,
on our channel.
go watch the live stream where Yato reads all 5 chapters in a row. If you really need that chapter to chapter Ranger content.
Yeah. But we still gonna talk about the chapters. We're just kind of gonna go through it a bit more quickly, so that
Generally.
we're gonna be talking more generally in the chapters or whatever, and just not dedicating 20 minutes to each. So just to start things off, these were a fucking hype batch of chapters. I loved it, and I still just don't know how I feel, because like it definitely gives off final arc vibes, but I still personally just feel like there is stuff left that could be done. Like this, I feel like this battle could end, and like there still be more things to be done.
For
and
sure.
I'll let you guys can speak on that too, whenever. But just the opening of this batch of chapters, we start off with Hisui, and it's the end of her like battle with Kisu and Runa, and Sakurama's like, no way, Kisu, Runa, they're dead or whatever, and then fucking Hisui's talking about the executives that are remaining, Ram and Dragon, and we get a fucking name drop for the Dragon executive, Johagane. Yeah, and like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I
immediately read Johan and thought of Monster.
Yeah, I did too. Like after,
I was like, "Oh no,
Johagane, yeah,
this gonna be the craziest executive yet,
bro. He gonna be fucking
on some
hell.
Nazi shit."
Yeah. No, we can't have that. But no. So like Johagane's name gets dropped, and then like the next page we see Ryojin, the little dragon, and it's like, is he Johagane? Or like, are they just calling him something else, or is that like his daddy?
I think that
Like,
that is kind of what they're setting up here, is that the executive for the dragon, because like we don't have writing that suggests that the dragon executive was ever defeated by, a dragon keeper beforehand, do we? Because
um,
there are some executives that were absolutely defeated, and then they're in the conflict, and there are some that weren't. Like we know that the dog executive was murdered, and then we
yeah.
have the facsimile of the dog executive in this arc that is like the the clone or whatever version for the sake of the Ultra Sunday battle. So like there are some that are still alive and some that have been defeated previously, but ultimately all 12 or 13 of them are here, whether they're facsimiles or not, right?
Mhm.
So here we go. I found it. In chapter 56, Hisui says, during the course of this war, the dragon keepers have eliminated the rat, the ox, the tiger, the dragon, the goat, the dog, and the pig. So
Oh, okay.
7 of them she confirmed, but the goat was I'm pretty sure, unless because sometimes they fucking translate, was the goat.
Probably the ram.
Yeah, the goat was
Yeah.
supposed to be the ram in this case, so they were just wrong about that. So the ram was actually still around.
Okay.
Dog was gone, but like dragon was
So if they
named
were
too, so
wrong
maybe she
about
was
Emma
wrong.
Matai, then they could be wrong about Dragon too.
Yeah,
And
they're
if they're
probably
wrong
wrong
about
about
Yeah.
dragon.
Dragon, then Dragon could still be Ryujin.
Yeah, and like showing him here, it's just like,
Right. It makes you think
yeah,
like this has to be that nigga.
yeah, because
Yeah.
he's always like kind of around. He was there when Shinya told Sosei like, fucking time's up, bruh, you're done. We're
Hmm.
fucking replacing you with a clone, and he's just
Mhm.
been there a lot of the time. So it's like it would make sense for him to be the executive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think so I could be wrong about this, but just with my experience with manga, it's like if this is a point of foreshadowing, it's extremely obvious and not subtle. You know what I mean? Because for you to go, the only one left is the dragon executive, and then to immediately show Ryujin, whose name consists of the word dragon, feels
Yeah.
way too obvious to me.
Either that or it's just a it could be a red herring.
That's what I'm saying. Is that
Yeah.
it feels
You're
like a
probably right.
red,
I'm on that.
yeah, like it feels like a red herring to me, just because it's like why show the only dragon alien character that we know of so far immediately after saying the only one left is the dragon. Now it could still be that Ryujin is the dragon executive, and there's just writing that comes out that we couldn't have possibly predicted to kind of circumvent the idea that it was very obvious that it was always Ryujin. So like there's always that. But then you get into that like cyclical, like never ending like thought pattern that kind of eliminates all predictive ability in the first place, where you're like, like where you're like, oh, I could do this, but what if they're expecting that? And they're
Yeah.
expecting me to do this, but what if they're expecting me to expect that, and then they do this? You
There's
know what I mean? Like it's just an like, infinite like regression in that way.
there's also the fact that we have had like character arcs, like Hisui has like had that inner battle with herself where she was telling D, it was also shit with D where it was like, as long as D doesn't admit or reveal that he's an invader, like I can keep living on pretending to be oblivious and pretending that I think that he's really a human. It's like,
Yeah.
if this dragon guy was really an executive, it's like nobody, like they're not just gonna pretend that he's not. Like they're not just
Right.
gonna, eat sushi and fucking dap him up. It's like, bro, you're a fucking monster. Like somebody would have said something.
Right. Yeah, it's tough
Mm.
because half of me wants to say it's too obvious that Ryujin is the dragon executive, and the other half of me wants to go, the author knows that it's obvious to the reader and we're expecting that, so he wants to do some rug pulley like subversive shit in the wake of that. So I don't know.
Maybe he is the dragon exec, but he like lost all his power and all he can do is just kind of like
Or he's waiting
survey.
for his moment.
Yeah. Or like, yeah, maybe he tricked everyone into thinking he's like weak or
Yeah.
something. Or maybe he's the kind of character who has the kind of power where it's like he can, like, he can manipulate people's like thoughts of him. Like when
Yeah.
they see him, they see a helpless dragon, but he's
Right.
actually like super powerful, and they just don't think of him like
But
that.
then you have to start wondering like what's stopping him from activating like any time before this point. Then if that's the case, so like
Yeah.
with a backstory that we got like for Emma Matai, like nothing is off the table as far as writing
Yeah.
goes. Like any writing can be introduced that justifies Ryujin being the dragon executive or not. And we literally just have to wait for it, because I personally was nowhere close to expecting the writing that Emma Matai got in this batch of chapters.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was totally out of left field. And then once we got it, it all felt really good. Like it didn't feel shoehorned or random or stupid or anything like that. It was just like, oh, okay, now we have it. And that
also,
the same can be applied to Ryujin too. So
and also, Imumatai's backstory also just caught me off guard because, like, I always assumed that every invader and executive was a failed Sosei clone.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I thought that like he was cloning Soseis, and like they either failed and became an executive, or they failed and were like a degraded failure, and that became the foot soldiers. Yeah, but like apparently he was also just grabbing people up off the street and like shooting them up with these drugs and turning them into executives.
So
too.
that's new information
like-
as of these chapters.
Yeah.
Or did we get that information before?
I'm pretty sure it's new.
Yeah, I think that's new, but like I think V was saying that I think I had to go back and look, but like V was definitely saying it was like I think he said he didn't know either. Like
Was
he was
V
like, yeah,
sure?
somebody.
Oh no, V was even unsure.
Yeah, V was like, it's definitely somebody.
Then this
different.
is new. Then this is
Yeah,
new.
yeah.
Then this is new. This is brand.
Yeah,
if
'cause I
V
was
doesn't
like-
know, this is new.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, there are people who are, like Izome situations,
Yeah.
but this, Izome wouldn't say that.
There's
Izome
a
wasn't.
precedent with Izome.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, but like this person, Izome was a ranger. Like this person was a normal person. Like they remember having a birthday party and all
Right.
that shit, and then, fucking, like their life is gone. Like they
Yeah.
shit like that. So, and then
Bro,
they
I think that
mentioned-
everything about the MMATI storytelling was fucking insane. From like MMATI versus Yellow Keeper, that fight was nuts, to the reintroduction of White Shinya with the gun, and making us think that like, oh shit, he got Yellow Shinya, and now we're just gonna have to focus on Green Ranger from this point on, because I genuinely at the end of 190 thought it was up, and like going into 191 I was like, this is how they get this nigga, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is the perfect completion of the character arc for both of them. White Shinya beats Black Shinya in a moment where he was entirely confident about himself. Now we're about to get like very human personification of Emmatai at the same time, and then we can go into the final battle with Green. Like, I thought it was all set up for Black Shinya to be defeated, and then he ate the meat.
bruh.
Not the meat.
Not the meat.
Not
Bro.
the meat. Yo, I'm even grabbing my face like you did in the stream. My hands are over my eyes right now. Like, not the meat. Bro, when I tell you,
That was awesome.
when I finally watched that fucking live stream, bro,
That was
can I
hilarious.
tell you how long I was fucking laughing my fucking ass off when you said,
I was laughing at work out of
when
nowhere.
you
People
saw
thought it
that
was
shit,
crazy.
like, not the meat. Like, bro, you had your hands on your face for like 2 minutes.
I couldn't believe it, man. Like,
So
'cause it-
funny.
bro, and it makes so much sense. He's like, he's Imumatai powers up. He's like, oh shit, you're eating your own meat. It's like, I was like, that shit blew me away. Like Imumatai's meat, like if that shit is consumed, like you get stronger when you eat the meat. So it's like, yeah, Imumatai's like
It's the
beefing
way you
himself up.
say shit, bro. That has me cry, bro.
Bro,
Anyone
the
else saying the exact words you just said would be nothing. But it's the way you say shit that
Why
has
do I
me
such a
fucking
way with
giggling.
words?
I swear to God, like this nigga eating his own meat. So
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's just this batch
Oh.
of chapters. It was set up so
Yeah.
that like those kind of those reactions, like that shit.
this was
crazy,
the
like,
perfect batch of chapters
Yeah.
for you to react to, bro.
Yeah. It was like there was so much where it's just like I'm looking like even before Shinya's eating the meat, like on that page, like when Shinya Black is like walking and he's like,
Yeah.
a curse, is it? He must have been he must have also been, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm thinking like space is distorting behind him. Like, okay, somebody's ripping a dimensional hole, and then like I look down and Shinya's standing, like, oh, that's not a dimension, that's Shinya standing up with
Yeah.
electricity. It's
Yeah.
like, how are you moving? And it's like the fucking tool, electricity, he's moving his body with the nigga,
If
he
he
ate the
swallows
meat.
that meat, no.
Yeah, go watch the fucking stream.
Please go watch the stream, Ranger fans. Please go watch Yato react to this shit because that shit is comedy.
Yeah, like,
But yeah, he's making fake brain waves to force his body to move. That reminded me a lot of like postmortem Nen.
Yeah.
You know, in
Yes.
Hunter.
That's what was reminding me of.
Yeah, so like, you know, Hisoka loses to Crollo in that fight and gets blown to smithereens and then activates bungee gum retroactively or posthumously post-mortem, and it like kind of jump starts his heart, you know, and it doesn't get the same writing of like, you know, fake brainwaves or whatever, but like it kind of is in the same vein as like, oh, you're dead to rights, you should not be able to move, but your ability is forcing physical reactions in your body to do a certain thing that will eventually bring you back to, you know, consciousness or whatever. So you can't help but think of Hisoka, I want to say, in a moment like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
for
and
sure.
especially because electricity is involved and we always knew that. So like, you know, it was set up for an explanation like this to make sense. Feels really good. Feels really good.
Yeah. No, these were some crazy chapters, man.
And
Like,
new Shinya after eating the Emamatai meat, his
Bro.
design is fucking insane.
Yeah, this nigga the devil, bro.
Bruh.
He just stabs Ibumatai in the fucking forehead with the juice. Like, yep, you're
Yeah.
dead. You're a human.
And I love that, like, he sends the Dragon Keeper energy blade into Emamatai and like pins him against the wall. And it's like, oh, okay, you're still alive though, because obviously this isn't enough to kill an invader, but you want to be a human. And we're like, you know, half of me while I'm reading, I'm like, yeah, I want this nigga to be a human too, because he misses being a human. Make him a human. Yeah, do it. I didn't think that, like, I didn't remember that this nigga was gonna be severed in half. Like,
Dude,
yeah, and so he
man,
turns back into a human, and I'm like, oh, he's back. Yay, I'm happy for him. And then this nigga's like, oh yeah, I'm human and I'm cut in half. I'm dead. And Shinya is like, you wouldn't have died if you would have stayed an invader now, would you? And I'm like, oh, villain points.
Yeah.
Villain points.
Yeah, like Shinya is, I mean, I've already had him, you know, kind of high up on the, you know, on the villain tier, but like he's been gaining some points here. He's a fucking bad dude.
This was just brilliant, like, writing from Negi, going towards not just Emamatai's personification and characterization and like humanization, but also at the same time serves a purpose for the villainy of Shinya. And it's just such an incredible one scene, one situation, one moment works for both characters in such an intense way in this moment where he skewers Emamatai and then turns him back human. Like it's just so well done, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time to accomplish what he's going for. It literally just takes like 6 pages to do everything it needs to do for both characters, and that's just like really efficient, tight writing.
Yeah, bro was really writing.
Yeah.
Like this conflict with Shinya and himself, like he's like, bro, kill me, and he's like, nah, I'm not gonna kill you. And then Shinya is just like, you.
Oh, so you can't do it
fucking kill me
because remember last time you couldn't do it back then either, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Like this is an actual thing that's being like reintroduced as like I was like, bro, this shit is crack cocaine. Like this motherfucker is really writing for real.
He won't even let me die.
Yeah.
I like the moral dilemma because like the evil Shinya is doing everything in his power to just do whatever he does. Because his good half is around to regret all his decisions, so he doesn't have to regret anything.
It also plays into the idea of like we're acting out a script. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where like evil Shinya Black, is doing all of this shit for theater. And then white Shinya contemplates suicide and goes, well, what if I just boom myself? And he's remembering the idea that black Shinya wouldn't let him die or wouldn't kill him when they were first manifested from the original Shinya in the flashback lore arc, or whatever, that stretch of storytelling that gave us all the information about how invaders and whatnot came to be. White Shinya is like, I'm gonna just kill myself, nigga. Then what? And then the facade kind of crumbles. You see the cracks through the veil, and Black Shinya's like, oh, wait. It's like the Jordan meme where he's laughing, and then he's like, wait, no. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that as soon as he puts the pistol barrel to his head. And now we're actually seeing outside of the script, outside of the facade, outside of the ruse, this like Black Shinya is like, okay, you got me. I really don't want you to die because I need you to exist in my, perception of things so that I can feel better about what I'm doing. And he even goes out of his way to say, ideally, I don't want you around, but I don't want to kill you. So the best situation is for you to go die off somewhere outside of my knowledge, away from me. So then I can continue to believe that you exist so that everything that I do, has some kind of balance in regards to good versus evil in my mind. And that's like so fucking well done that
I don't have to worry about it because it's going to bother you.
Right, exactly. like everything that I'm doing is justifiably like legitimately terrible. But as long as I know that there's a white good version of myself that disagrees with everything that I'm doing, it can further justify everything I'm doing because this is my role. Like, this is my character in the story, is I'm the evil one and everything I'm doing has to be this way because that's a part of my character. And then your character is over there disagreeing with everything that I'm doing, and it creates that balance in a narrative. You know what I mean? And without you, and if I know you're gone, now maybe I might second guess the things that I'm doing as a villain, because at the end of the day, it is morally incorrect. And I don't want to think about how morally incorrect it is. That's your job. You know what I mean?
It's super interesting how none of this actually really matters to him. He just sees all of this as a show. Like, literally everything story. Is it's all a story to him, and it's all good TV. Like when he's like, no, don't shoot. Then like he,
well, that's showbiz, baby.
Do it. Yeah. It's like I was convincing, wasn't I? It's like, I don't care if you die. Just go do it somewhere where I don't know. And it's like everything is a fucking show for this dude. He's like, a fucking hero can't just die or whatever. Like everything is for the script.
But I think the underlying message of why things play out the way that they do, even up to the reintroduction of Suzukiri, is all playing towards the idea that as well as Black Shinya is playing this character of the villain, he does still share a psyche, not only with White Shinya, but the original Shinya. And Yumiko Suzukiri coming back into the fold and making herself known as a player in this game is all going towards the inevitable shattering of the character or psyche that is Black Shinya. Because for all intents and purposes, Black evil Shinya wants to believe that any weird thought that he feels about what he's doing can all just be laid on to White Shinya. It's like, if I feel weird about what I'm doing and there's like a moral disconnect in my psyche, I can just go, that's White Shinya's problem.
Yeah.
But if White Shinya is dead, then he has to bear all of that responsibility himself as one character, without that good half of him there to tell him that that's wrong and think all of the moral white side of things himself. But then Suzukiri comes in and further reminds him that he's a piece of shit because other characters besides these two are involved in all of the nefarious shit that he's been doing as Black Shinya, as the evil villain character. So now he's like, oh shit, not only is White Shinya still here reminding me that everything I'm doing is shitty, which doesn't really matter to me as much, but now Suzukiri is here to remind me that like I murdered her whole clan too for the sake of this. And I think it's all going those flashbacks. Yeah, I think it's all going towards that inevitable psyche break inside of Black Shinya that will lead to his, his defeat eventually. Like I know that there's a lot more character stuff in the cards for Black Shinya I know that he's an incorrigible villain that needs to die, and everyone knows that. But I think that there's a lot more room left in his writing for him to realize, like, I wasn't just playing a role. I actually was a person with sentient cognizance that could actually understand that what I was doing was wrong. But I wanted to play this role so well, and I had scapegoats for all of my negative thoughts about myself that I could, like, you know, put the weight of those decisions onto. But like, now that they're defeating me, or maybe they're not in the equation no more, I have to bear all of that myself. And now it's like this big character moment for him. I think that that's coming for him personally. Yeah.
And the fucking reckoning is coming, because now everyone is here. All the players are here,
Right.
except for D.
Right.
But like,
but D's coming though.
Yeah,
because
D is coming.
You want to know?
He's gonna ruin all this.
You want to know why I know D's coming? Is because Green Ranger even says when he sets the stage for the final battle, he's like, I could have used one more character.
Yeah.
But like, this is fine for now. That is the foreshadowing for D to pull up. What chapter is that? That's
194.
194.
Page 2. To be honest, I wanted one more, but that might be getting too hopeful.
Yeah, that is the foreshadowing for D to pull up. Like, that is it right there. Like, just the fact that he said that one thing, and then they focus on these 4, lets me know that that 5th is coming, and it's D.
I think he's around. He's chilling, like, because he was with Suzukiri, and he told Suzukiri to get up off her ass, and she's here.
Right.
So like, he's got to be posted up. He's just waiting on his moment. I was in the stream, I was saying I feel like he's gonna be like, it's gonna be a point where somebody, maybe like not Suzukiri, but like Shinya is gonna be like on the ground, and the sun's gonna be in his eyes, and like the Ferris wheel is gonna like rise up into his vision and block out the sun, and D's just gonna be standing on top of like the Ferris wheel car, and like the sun is gonna be shining over him and making it so that he's like super visible. Normally Shinya probably wouldn't be able to see.
Right.
And it's like, you know, it's my time to fucking get in on this fight.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, but yeah, everybody fighting for their own shit here. That's the fucking climax of this battle, this 4-way battle, man.
With all 5 of the dragon tools in one spot.
Yeah.
Plus the
we got Leviathan, we got Leviathan, we got Salamandora, we got what's the yellows?
Mjolnir, is it?
Fafnir?
It's Mjolnir?
Or
not Fafnir. Fafnir. I was like, wait a minute. No, but yeah, we got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, a lot of tools, a lot of weapons, whole lot of gang shit. And there's still like other shit, like so like this fight is happening, but there's still, you know, other things. Like we still gotta have D. What's C-Suite doing? What's the rest of the Neos doing?
Out.
Yeah, but like, is she cooked? Like, is she gonna? Because I feel like, you know, I still feel weird.
Fight effectively, right?
I still feel weird about the interaction that she had back in the Chop Man arc when D mentioned Imamatai, and she's like, Imamatai, you know, why'd you say that name? Because like,
yeah,
I thought that it was going to be revealed that Imamatai was the one that like killed her family, either on purpose or like indirectly, maybe by mistake, running from Dragon Keepers. But like, we didn't get any interaction between them, and Hisui, you know, Imamatai is to be believed dead, and Hisui is, you know, probably unconscious. But like, we don't know what D is doing. We don't know what Hibiki and the rest of his gang is doing. We don't know.
Soma's still doing shit out there somewhere.
Yeah, Soma probably went home. You know, cheeseburger or something.
I can see that.
I would.
Yeah, but he might pull up like on some last minute, like I just couldn't do it, man. I had to like help and, you know, whatever. But like Peltrola, we don't know what Peltrola's doing. We don't know what the Dragon executive's doing. Like, all this shit could like be going down, and then the Dragon pull up like, "Mohaha, it's time to eat all you fuckos, bro." Like,
yeah. So we know
and
that Yakushi created inside of himself a facsimile of Death Messiah.
Yeah, kind of
right?
based on
it's
like
not the real
posts.
Death Messiah though, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like a 4chan fucking
yeah
collection of ideas.
So that means that real Death Messiah is still a piece or a card that can be played.
D becoming Death Messiah.
Yeah, like there's D's leg. Like Yakushi told D, like, you know, I'll give you like a secret weapon. So his leg is still a factor, and then like the fortress, like D's goal was to release the chains from the fortress, and that required a Dragon Keeper and a junior first class, like to both, like he needed a junior first class and a keeper from each battalion to like unlock the chains. to
Oh,
free the fortress, but also there's that core up there. Like there's the core like on the fortress, and it's like, what does that do? Like, does
yeah.
can D like touch that, and all the fucking foot soldiers merge together and make the death missile? Like, what? There's still like a lot of questions that need to be asked, and I mean, sure, he could answer all of them in this arc, but like I still feel like there's more
Yeah.
that could be told after this arc.
Yeah. It's going to be something that takes more than an action conflict to address.
Yeah.
I want to say. You
And then,
know,
yeah, because
yeah.
there's still like Izome. Like I feel like there's got to be some kind of like, now the world knows the truth, and like not all executives suck, because some of them were humans, and
Type
they were
shit. We
just
have to see that
forced
effect
into
on
these
society.
situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, your mom could have become an executive, if she got kidnapped in the last 3 years or what. Like there's so much here, but like
Yeah.
obviously watching these guys fucking fight is hype.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
double page
and
spread of all the divine
yeah,
tools invoking,
go beyond.
like, bro,
Fire.
bro.
Yeah. Divine
I can't.
tool invoke.
That looks awesome. It looked so awesome.
So, Greenkeeper getting his arm sliced off is a big deal.
That is major.
Yeah,
Like, what does that
I was
mean? Like, for
unexpected.
that to be the last panel of the chapter is major as fuck.
What if
Yeah.
he? Oh, what was I thinking? What if like while the arm's midair, Green just grabs it and then swings it at somebody?
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Or I was just imagining he just catches the hammer with the other hand and just uses that. He's just like,
Yeah.
fuck that hand. Like, I don't need that. Like, I'm still gonna kill you.
That's what I love about Japanese comics versus like Western comics, because like if you, I'm not saying it's never happened in Western comics, because I haven't read every American or Western comic that's ever existed, but typically when a character suffers extreme damage like this, the first thought of the creative team is to make sure that they show an expression for something like that that's extremely relatable to anyone reading it. It's like, how would you react to like losing a limb? You know what I mean? And they want to channel that in the art as best as they can, and they react accordingly. But for some reason, at some point in time, some Japanese nigga said, but what if they just didn't react at all?
Yeah.
How tight would that be? And that became like normal in,
Yeah.
manga storytelling for,
There's a-
really high level characters to take highly traumatic damage, like bones breaking or shattering or limbs being lost, and just straight face it. And that
I
has
think it's-
become like one of my favorite things in this
Yeah.
medium. Yeah.
I mean, if you want a head canon, a way to make sense of it, you can just say it's the height and adrenaline.
Yeah, of course.
Even-
Yeah, a lot of things have been used to explain that or whatever, but for
Yeah.
some reason that is just a regular thing in
Even
these kind of
better-
stories. Yeah.
To make it even better is like you also just can't even see Chidori's face because he wears a full helmet. Like his
Right.
mouth is covered. Like
Right.
he could be screaming, but like
But you would still get dialogue that's like, oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they like they just don't do that in these kind of stories. Like I
Yeah.
remember in like Hunter x Hunter, there was like a moment where in the Hunter exam arc, Gon woke up after winning and like learned that Killua like killed a nigga and like was disqualified from the Hunter exam, and it was all because of his brother Illumi, and Illumi was still there, so he ran up on Illumi with his arm in a cast because it got broke by Hanzo, and he ran up on him and he grabbed his arm and squeezed it so hard that it like broke his arm, and like he didn't react to it at all. And then afterward, and then Gon like picked him up and like threw him over his head and like set him down like behind him or something like that. And then he let go. And then Illumi was looking at it afterwards and was like, "Yep, it's broken." Just like super casual. You know what I mean? Like that is something that I feel like is very unique and special to manga that you just don't see in Western comic books like at all. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like just casual traumatic damage that is not addressed in any kind of facial expression way or dialogue way by a character that's receiving it is so Japanese it's not even funny. And I just love that whenever it happens. Whenever I see it, I'm like, yeah, that's manga.
Mm-hmm. It's
So-
awesome.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I'm just wondering like when D would show up, and I can see D pulling up in a situation where like this fight goes on for a little longer and Chidori is like really on his last straw. Like he's on the ground and like Shinya is like, all right, time to pack this up. And then like D pulls up and saves him. Is like, if anybody's gonna kill him, it's gonna be me.
Yeah,
type
D is
shit.
here to drastically disrupt the status quo of whatever is going on. Like whenever we're in a sense of security where we think that one thing is permanent and specifically like it's actually happening and this is the way that it is, D comes in to go, psych, it's actually this. And then it's the D show after that. I feel like that's like what his character is there for in a lot of moments. So I can see him showing up either next chapter or the chapter after.
I would also see D just be, he's the type where like I can see him like not like he's not a bad person, but I can see him playing that role so everyone still believes it. Kind of like what was it at the end of what was that Batman movie where wasn't it the Dark Knight where like Harvey Dent something happened, they like blame, I can't remember the specifics, but they like blame Batman for Dent's like death, and he kind of like goes with that even though like he wasn't like fully responsible or something.
They don't just blame him for Dent's death, they blame him for everything Dent did after becoming Two-Face. I'm pretty sure. I want to say. Yeah, it's
and
been a
then,
while since
Gordon,
the Dark Knight, but
Gordon's talking about how he's like the Dark Knight, you know, fucking he doesn't need the glory or whatever and all that shit. So I can see D doing something like that, like saving the day, doing some fuck shit, and then riding off into the sunset like, haha, I'm the evil villain, you know, I'm the worst. And it's just like, yep, that's the bad guy. And like nobody ever knowing that he was actually like
the good
saving
guy.
them. He was actually the guy.
An extremely complicated situation being explained with something very simple for the sake of a story to tell to society.
Yeah. That's some baller shit right there.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Insane batch of chapters though, man. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Lots of
fantastic.
Lots of good pages, lots of fucking good scenery. Like, bro, they fighting at like a fucking carnival.
Right.
Like,
getting Sakamoto Days flashbacks with the Ferris wheel scene.
Oh god.
For real. And Chidori just like built their like battlefield. Like he just raised a platform up in the air.
Yeah, he's like, you about to come? All right, come on. You about to come? All right, let's go.
Yeah, like, this is just crazy. The climax. It's like, I feel like it's too obvious. Like they keep talking about this, the climax, and it's like it's a show. Like all of this is for play, for show, for the viewers. And a lot of these people are about to watch like people get murdered on live TV or whatever, but like it's all still for the show. So I still just, the Dragon Keeper show will end, but I think the story still has. Yeah, the story will continue, but the show will end. Yeah. Even if it's not for long, like, even if it's just one more arc to see what the world is like after the fall of the Dragon Keeper show, I would be satisfied with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot happened in these chapters. Like I said, we obviously can't fucking
hyper focus on every single one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm back into my video stuff, so I'm about to start making some more videos.
Yeah.
I'm writing a video right now. It's not related to Ranger, so but Ranger stuff's coming. I still got Ranger ideas that I want to do, so I'll get on that. I just need to get better with making videos. But these were great banger chapters. Just looking forward to more, man. I think Negi's out of hiatus because it was on a break. I think the hiatus ended with the most recent chapter. Like I think last week the hiatus ended. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get a new chapter. But like we still gotta wait for it to be translated or whatever. But yeah. Hopefully we get the next chapters in a timely manner and don't have another 5 batch segment that we gotta talk about because I don't mind talking about it, but like this does take up a lot of time.
Right. And I want to go in depth on every chapter of Ranger because there's so much content there every chapter. So
yeah, I don't want to talk about 5 chapters in 20 minutes. I want to talk about like a chapter for 20 minutes. That's how we usually do.
Right.
But that's what we had to do tonight, baby. So if anybody's got Ranger thoughts, comments, concerns, drop them down below. Let us know what you thought. And we gonna keep cooking, and Negi has obviously been cooking, so we'll see. We'll see what's coming up next in this fucking battle arc, man. That was Ranger Reject chapters 190 through 194, ending on a 4-way battle. So yeah, we squeezed out, baby. Holla.
Oh yeah.
Now jumping into Ichi the Witch, 55th Hunt, Neil. How you feeling, Knox?
I love the color pages,
Not a miss.
especially the double page color page, because I feel like with the first like inside color page or whatever, it's like, you know, kind of a comedy page effectively.
Yeah.
Like as far
Basic
as like what's
silliness.
shown, yeah. So it doesn't really have the same, um, you know, like there's good colors or whatever, but a lot of it is comedy. So like the middle one of Ichi like looks really good, but then everything else is just kind of like haha. But this double page color spread is super fucking good, man. The scars though.
Like I never wanted to be a barrel so much in my life.
On God,
Like sit on me, please. And
please.
everybody looks great. Very funny that Jika Shirone has a white fucking hat on. Interesting choice
Why?
because of her
Last chapter.
yeah, when she was all like fucking let's kill the baby and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was fucking very interesting. I just like the details though. Like fucking Discaris has this fucking like loop of keys, you know, fucking like 30 keys on it, I guess to show, you know, how
all
many
of
magic she
the
has.
cards she got to play.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fire. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's like super dope.
That makes me like look at everything else everyone is holding a lot differently. Like, why is Ichi holding that lantern like that then? And why does
light? I don't know.
why does Goku
He's
Raku
the
have
chosen one.
the
He has to light the
candles
way.
like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does
Yeah,
Kamugi have a little knife?
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't
maybe
know.
it's a letter opener.
Because they're
Yeah,
pirates. Yarg.
yeah, it is very swashbuckly.
Uh,
They got the vibes, but yeah, Discaris, man, looking like a queen, bro. Love her. To
Yeah.
death.
Yep.
I love how the chapter goes into, you know, showing Kizashi, giving us all the reasoning for why it makes sense that Ichi can go all out against him because he's triggering death for death in such an obvious and like not subtle on the nose way. So that lets us know that, you know, it makes sense for him to invoke Uroro in the amped version of his Inazuri, because it's like, holy shit, this dude is emanating death for death more than any other magic probably has besides World Hater. Like, he's shouting it from the rooftops, like, kill me, attack me, I'ma kill you, I'm gonna attack you, I want to kill everybody, I want everyone to try to kill me. So it's like, okay, death for death, obviously. Boom. Uroro amped Inazuri in his next attack. Like, that's just fire.
Yeah, he's a little son of a bitch, yo, and he's just
And he
one of those
ate that shit and it was nothing.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Did you see his chest?
What happened?
The number changed
What?
Oh.
from 315 to 314 after getting zapped.
What?
Think he's got 314 lives left, yo.
Oh, you're right.
What?
He's right.
Yeah.
I did not peep.
He wants Ichi to kill him 314 times, and Ichi tapped out after one, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, bro's pissed.
I'm so mad I didn't peep that.
He actually thinking he actually died.
Damn. So that's actually really good, because obviously at the end of the chapter we have Uroro possessed Ichi pulling up and going like, why are you talking so much shit? Let me show you what it really is on this Uroro shit, and that's hype.
Big vibes.
But I was mad that an Uroro amped attack effectively did nothing. Because I'm like, this is big Uroro, nigga, and like that has to mean something if he's gonna go out of his way to do this. And the fact that it went from 315 to 314 shows that it actually did do something. And just for the reader, and for Kizashi's character, it's supposed to seem like it didn't do anything for one reason or another. Okay, that's so good. Sorry, Weed, go ahead.
No, something I would like to see is that if Uroro is the one that's fully in control, he can use more of his power. Like, what if Ichi has like a limit to how much you can draw out of his magics? which makes kind of sense because like he gets knocked out after using Uroro's power once.
Yeah.
He's probably not using the full extent of his powers at this
But
point.
that makes me
So if
worry that, like, I mean, he's still using Ichi's body to do it. And if Ichi's
yeah, like
body is, being affected by the amount of energy that it's expending whenever he invokes Uroro, then, like, Uroro taking over the body and just spamming Uroro attacks could have, like, a significant detrimental effect on the body that's being used to do it. And I think that that could be cool writing to
yeah,
Because
explore.
look, he still kind of wants Ichi to die so he can get set free. So
Right.
who knows? Maybe if this fight makes him go all out, since he's gonna use his own magic like unfiltered through Ichi as a conduit with him being conscious or something, if that's how it works,
Yeah.
he'll be
yeah,
like damaging Ichi's body while taking out the Kraken.
I
Yeah.
can see it being like working in two ways. Where one is where it's kind of like a Rasen Shuriken situation, where it's like
Mm.
continuous using. Is like they're gonna be like, if you keep doing this shit, it's gonna like kill you. But also kind of having Aurora do it, kind of working like how you develop muscles, where it's like you keep using the muscle to do a thing, and it's like the muscle is tearing, and then
Yeah.
it
And then
repairs itself and gets
regrowing. Yeah.
stronger. So it's like right now Ichi can probably only do one Aurora amp move, but after Aurora spams 20, next time Ichi does it, he can do like 3 or 4 because
Yeah.
like the muscle has been strained.
I love that.
Yeah, it's like
I like that a
Aurora
lot,
like
actually.
not realizing it made Ichi stronger, and yeah, maybe not like to the point where he can spam 20 attacks, but like Ichi doesn't fall asleep after like 2 or 3.
After one.
Yeah, yeah. So this is dope. This is a good chapter. Just lots of cool pages. Fucking the skull in the sky and shit, like the death for death skull, and Ichi returning to the. We haven't seen this fucking fit in a while with the fucking crown and
Right.
the fucking
The chapter
flames.
one fit.
Yeah, this is dope. Amped up, Aurora, fucking Inazuri. Like this shit is fire, man. The
Hell
art was
yeah.
arting.
The art was really arting, bro. Boyle Inazuri. Have we seen that, like, spellcaster chant for any of
I don't think
his?
so.
I don't think Boyle, but he
Yeah.
definitely is using
But
Inazuri before.
when fucking Discaris gets in her bag, she'll say, a prerequisite line of dialogue before the actual name of the, of the magic that she's invoking. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
wonder if like if they're different attacks or if he's just like telling him to Boyle like fuck you rotten hell,
It
or
seems like it's like a named attack leading into the invocation of the magic. You know what I mean? So, like, when Discaris uses any of her magics, she'll say something, something, Golconda, something, something, other magic. You know
yeah,
what I
like
mean? So,
pierce through
yeah,
or whatever. I think she said in the last arc. Let me see if I can flip back real quick.
yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like a prerequisite chant that indicates a certain maneuver that you're using with the magic at the time that you're invoking it or whatever.
yeah, split asunder, Lindell, and then she had another one where it was pierce through all Lazud.
Yeah. So I think that, like,
Oh,
these are
pierce through all Lazud. Yeah,
yeah, so these are named attacks associated with the specific magic that they're channeling. So depending on which Pokemon or magic that you're choosing to use in a certain situation, you could have multiple specific named attacks associated to them.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Blastoise can know water beam. It can know
Yeah.
fucking hydro pump.
Water beam is
Yeah, I mean
crazy.
bubble beam.
Bubble beam.
Yeah, when I first played Pokemon, I started with red, blue, and yellow. I had blue. I went with Squirtle, and my shit was level 100 Blastoise. That bitch knew Surf, Hydro Pump,
Yeah.
fucking pretty sure knew Bubble Beam and
Yeah.
fucking like Water Gun or something. Just 4 water moves.
Yeah.
I was like 8 years old. Just
My
ain't no
first Pokemon
different, no
game
better.
was Yellow.
My, the first one I actively play through, I think, was Ruby.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, you
Yeah, because
started.
like I played a little bit of Red from my cousin, but I never got past I didn't get to the third gym. I don't think, and like it wasn't even mine. So like by the time I started playing, by the time I started playing it, it was around the time when Ruby and Sapphire were coming out. So
Ruby
I
Sapphire
got
peak.
those.
Yeah, Pokemon was peak for a minute, man. I haven't liked it much in the last like 2 or 3 generations. I liked it more when it was 2D. I don't care for this
Fair
3D
enough, yeah.
stuff.
I bought Scarlet the day it came out, played a few hours, did not touch it, and did not touch it for a year, and then I decided, you know what, let me finish it. I had fun with it, but like, it feels like they can be doing more. I
Yeah.
mean, literally the last 2 weeks, my life has been practically consumed by Digimon to the point where I almost forgot to do videos for that week.
Yeah, I gotta check out Digimon. I
Oh,
feel like they
damn.
might be doing better than Pokemon right now, but
Oh.
It's a lot of fun. This game's been in development for almost a decade.
Ooh.
yeah, we need that. We need that for Pokemon.
Don't
But
tell Snooty. Anyway.
yeah, back to this Ichi though. Yeah, man, fucking guessing dude needs to die, 314 times, and he's just excited. So I wonder, like, so that number isn't how many ships he's sunk. That's how many
Right.
lives he's got. So like,
Which is
Yeah.
cool that Descaris is pulling up to do shit because this is gonna be a really and obviously we have Uroro powered Ichi that could do what I'm saying. And that's probably
Hmm.
what it's going to be, so that they can like showcase, Uroro's, shit
Power.
through Ichi. Yeah, through
Yeah.
But
No.
I was thinking that like maybe a combination of Descaris and Uroro could drastically whittle down this number from
yeah,
315 or 314 closer to to 1 or 0 or whatever. But I think that this number going down indicates that everyone is going to be able to get in their bag Goku, Raku, Descaris, and Uroro into whittling down this dude's lives or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Honestly, I would find it like really cool, and it would be both badass and hilarious if Aurora realizes, oh, you have multiple lives. Good, I got some shit to work through.
Right.
Like all like that pent up frustration while
Right,
he's been
like I've
stuck
been
in
trapped in
their
this kid's
world.
body forever, and like kind of been treated as like a little nigga in the grand scheme of things. But if you got 314 lives to go through, and you was just talking shit about how I'm nothing compared to World Hater, let me show you what I really am then. And he can just
yeah.
spam shit on this dude.
He just stretch
Also,
him out for 300 lives, and they be like, "I'll let my little niggas handle you for the last 14." Yeah,
Right.
I also like how this guy casually dropped. There's like 7 like powerful magics for World Hater.
yeah, yeah. What's it called?
The 7 stars in service of Lord World Hater.
Yeah, I like that. I
Cool.
saw somebody tweeted. It was like every time the number 7 come up in fucking manga, everybody wanted to be related to the 7 deadly sins.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was funny, but like, I mean, it's common. You think of you see 7, and it's like, okay, like you start thinking like, okay, is this nigga like pride or something? Like, what characteristics, what sin is he fucking, portraying or whatever? So I don't know. It don't have to be sin related, but it's definitely cool to. Yeah, I wasn't expecting like an organization, so this is cool. I like this.
I'm glad.
Yeah, this is dope, and just it adds longevity because it's like Ichi. I don't think anyone was wondering really like. I mean, I don't know. With a series like Aruma existing and Aruma's over 400 chapters, and then Ichi the Witch popping up, and it's like in Weekly Shonen Jump, I do kind of wonder sometimes, like, oh, I wonder like where this story is gonna be in like 3 years, and like what kind of things they're gonna face. And it's like, okay, they add, the 7 stars, and it's like, okay, so that's at least 7 more arcs potentially.
Yeah.
But like we don't have to like we can have several arcs that don't involve these. Like they could fight Kizashi, beat him, and then the next arc is not related to one of the 7 stars at all. And then,
Yeah.
the arc after that isn't related. And then finally we do meet another 7 star. So it's like there's a lot of potential that just adds more possible arcs, and I like that. And then it lets us know that I don't see Ichi getting all 7, like collecting them himself. Like somebody's gotta, bag some of these guys. Like give Kamugi something, please. Begging.
Yeah.
I
Need
need
that.
Kamugi. I need Kamugi to get strong, bro. Get something,
Watch her get the final kill and her acquiring it.
bruh. She be the one that acquires the sky magic. I wonder. I wonder what happens if like the the time magic beats him. Like if the time magic is the one that kills him in the end, can the time magic acquire him?
Oh shit, good question.
I don't know. Also, I do like how the time magic is also kind of shocked and kind of on edge with Uroro possessing Ichi. Shows just how much like weight the guy has.
Yeah, everybody shook, man. And like that page, like when I saw that shit, disrespectful wretch, I was like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And then he sits up. I was gonna let you finish, but then you had to mouth off. He's like, bro, kneel, you're in the presence of a king, bro. Like, I immediately thought of the fucking Sukuna shit when fucking Jogo was
Yeah.
giving him fingers. He's like, fucking, you got 3 seconds to get your filthy hands off me, bro. And then like obviously anyone who reads Aruma would recognize the like evil cycle because Iruma had like a thing like this too where he would, you know, get a transformation into his alter ego or whatever, his like evil version. So this is dope, man.
Hmm.
This is good stuff. I don't know why I didn't think like this would ever happen. I don't know. Some people probably guess this, but like when I read manga, I don't be really like thinking, you know, fucking, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get this. Like this came as a surprise to me. I was not expected to see fucking, you know, demon in control of the body for Ichi. But
Yeah, it's wild.
Mm.
yeah, here we are. It's balling, and he got the fit. Like he looking regal.
Yeah.
Weaklings
Oof.
suck. Bro said
Yeah.
screw male witches and screw Ororo too. That part was kind of funny though, because it's like, why screw him? Like, why
Right.
fuck Ororo? It just
Because
it
he got
felt
acquired by a guy. Because he got acquired by somebody.
still, I don't know. That part to me did kind of seem like it was just for the setup.
Yeah.
Like, like I get him saying like fuck him, but like saying it right before Ororo pops up, it felt like it was just for the story's sake. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. And was Aurora one of the 7 stars?
No.
Like, I want to know more
I
about
don't think
Aurora.
so.
I want to know more about Aurora because if he's not one of the 7 stars, like, but Kizashi, you know, is shaking in his boots when bro sit up. Like, what was Aurora's deal? Because Aurora didn't want to fuck with World Hater, but this dude is one of like the World Haters, you know, fucking 7 saints.
Right.
But he's shaking in his boots when Aurora stand up.
Right.
Yeah, we need a family chart
Backstory.
or something. Yeah. Gas
Mm.
stuff though.
Super
Flipping
gas.
through, see if anything else I want to say. Yeah, I mean, so World Hater is also in communication with a lot of these guys. Like Kizashi says, "You're the one the World Hater told me about. You have strong spells. You know, play with me." Yeah, yeah. I feel like they gonna beat his ass over the next like 3 chapters. This don't seem like a long arc like
Right.
the Bakugami arc. This is one that's gonna be wrapped up within like a volume, basically. I
Right.
think.
Probably.
Yeah. And we head back home to the crib. But I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else, Knots?
I'm Gucci.
What about you, Weber?
I'm good.
That's gonna do it then for Ichi the Witch 55th Hunt Neil. Now jumping into Otr of the Flame, chapter 23, end of the battle slash beginning of the journey. And pretty good chapter. You know, after the battle chapter, we see everybody, you know, licking their wounds and getting healed up or whatever. But this Ice King situation is interesting. Wasn't expecting to see bro so soon. And like, he looks human. Yeah,
Right.
he doesn't look like any
Any of
of
the
the other
horns.
characters. Yeah, it's like he's got cool eyes. I like these like sparkly, you know, snowflake or explosion effect eyeballs. But like, when I feel like when they showed a silhouette of the Ice King, he looked, you know, more scary. But this guy just looks like a dude with
I
a
think it's
crown
because
of
the
ice.
silhouette of an Ice King like makes us think of like you know that
The Ice King from
figure.
Adventure Time.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
it's got like the crown and the big coat and the puffy collar, and we assume a lot of things about that based on the silhouette. But then when you actually like zoom in, it's very subversive, and it's like, oh, it's just a dude.
yeah, but he's pretty big actually. Like I'm seeing him. You know, first page I'm like, okay, it's a human dude. He's you know fucking, I guess, attractive looking dude. But then you look like on that bottom panel, and he's
Yeah,
like
he's like
super
6'8".
tall. Yeah, and then like on the next page, like page 2, the bottom panel, he's like, you see how big this motherfucker is? He's sitting and his feet are like going to the side, like he's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
He's sitting on like a barrel or something, but like, dude is big. So yeah, I can't wait to see him take off this coat and throw fucking frosty hands. But
I love the
I
writing
like,
that we get for the Wicked Horn, like in this
yeah,
flashback, like related to like why he needs to see, shitty expressions from people when he fights, and it's like, okay, well, that's like honest emotions. You know what I mean? Everyone always
yeah,
fucking lied to me with these, you know, fake happy, fake, emotions all the time. But like when someone's angry, when someone's pissed, like you can't fake that. So that's
yeah.
why I need to see that from people because of, XYZ experience that I've had. So it gives him a lot of like post mortem depth, and I like that.
There's some writing there, man. Like
Yeah.
people will hate on the series and shit, but like this stuff about like the just like how there's a such thing as a forced smile, but not a forced scowl. Like it's a true emotion. It can be trusted. Like it makes him feel at ease when he sees that, and he loves
Yeah.
that shit. Like he eats that shit up
He likes
because
seeing
he
the
knows.
authenticity in people because he's too used to people capping about how they feel and shit.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, just be real with me, dog. Like fight to the death. Hate me.
Yeah. I really like that. It's definitely something I don't really like, not really something I've seen from like, at least for a short-term antagonist, at least for a bit.
Yeah, and it's usually just like, I'm an asshole. I like fighting. It's never like I've never seen this kind of angle, like this motivation for an evil character. It's interesting. Um, it's usually like I hate people, or I want to be the ruler, or I'm strong, so I shit on the weak. But bro was just like, he was searching out the vibes. Yeah, he was eating off that shit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to see what this king dude can do though, because he's like conjuring these fucking snowflakes, and
Right.
he's just huge, bro. Like, and he's got this big ass. I guess maybe that's a belt. He got like WWE Championship belt on. I thought it was like his chest armor or something, but like he kind of flossing, man. Like I don't know. I
We
wasn't
see the fit,
expecting.
bro.
Yeah, like I wasn't expecting like real majestic type shit. Like he looked clean, bro. Like he looked like he would be the leader, like the king of all this shit, like the good guy king. Like
Right.
bro kind of flossing, but like he the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if fucking what's the saying, like if bad guy why hot or whatever,
Yeah.
like why make attractive bad guy if I'm supposed to hate. But
For
yeah,
some viewers can just let them go. Maybe be a bit easier on them.
yeah, this dude though, I'm fucking with the vibes, man. He's cool looking. He's got like fucking cape, and that shit's fucking massive. But yeah, fucking our boy, man, Otter, he gets that arm slapped back on. Got some
Easy.
runes and shit. Yeah, easy peasy. I ain't tripping. Oh,
Yeah.
So
So
Phil
now,
Phil Philja bounced. Like she's like ashamed or whatever of like the what kind of just
I
happened with the fusion and is like I can't be around you right now because I feel shitty.
I guess, yeah. I mean, look, we're basically getting into the couples counseling arc essentially, which, which
yeah.
yeah, I feel it. Yeah, more or less.
So it's like, okay, so they gotta like
They got to work
find.
through their issues, I guess. Now, Felicia just gotta has to work through with like what she did, like, and just come to realize that Oda doesn't hate her for it, and that she just has to like they have to work to get strong, to get stronger, so they don't have to like go through that whole thing again, because that was sheer desperation. But she still kind of like did it to Oda with seemingly without his consent. So like I can see how she's like torn up about it and doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. So they're just gonna go to this land of the elves and basically have the elf people like pull her out, like, hey, your fucking buddy wants to talk to you, and she's just gonna be like, what the fuck? Where? How did
Mm,
I get here? Like, what are y'all
right.
doing?
I mean, they also said like it all depends on if she wants to talk. So like it could be a whole process or something.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I still just feel weird about Kutain though. Like, I like that he's joining the crew. I mean, it felt obvious. It was obvious that he was joining, but still, just I need
Of
him
course.
He got
to.
his shit too easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he needs to like throw some hands and really get his feet dirty. Yeah.
which I think is why uh, the story, the author has been making its Felicia isn't around. Like, there's gonna be this big conflict with the elves, and our guy's gonna have to step up with the wind spirit to protect everybody, since Odor probably won't be able to use like the full extent or any of Felicia's power
Yeah.
while she's away. So I feel like this will give him a good chance to like have his moment and really like show his stuff outside of what we saw previously.
I hope they don't make it to the land of the elves immediately. Like maybe they get close and they meet. Like you know, man. Same shit I be saying. Like
Really,
get somewhere, have a little minor scuffle before like the place you're going. Don't fast travel. Don't open the map and teleport to the land of the elves. Like
Right.
show
yeah,
me the in
uh,
between. And
yeah. Let's get a long ring, long land.
yeah,
There you go.
even get somewhere kind of close by the elves and meet like an elf that's like running from a pack of
Or
like
dwarves.
elf hunter or something. Yeah, something. Just show us something in between, and then like we get to the elf place, and
Oh, we already did dwarves.
well, we already dealt with the dwarves. They were the people with the
Yeah,
iron
sorry, we're just
spears.
talking to
That's right.
myself. Forgot to turn off the
Uh,
mic.
okay. But yeah, like the elf leader hates humans, so like boom, have them pull up and save like an elf like on the run, and then they be like, fucking humans suck, but like you kind of saved me, so like I'll take you back to my queen, and tell her that like you guys are to be trusted or something, but like have us don't speed trap, like don't do the Black Clover thing where we like get to the village and meet the queen in the next chapter. Like don't
Immediately, yeah.
yeah, let me meet some people first. Like I don't want to
Give
get
us.
there.
Oh, wait, sorry, I didn't let you finish on that. My bad.
I was gonna say, just I don't want to open the next chapter and then be like, all right, we're in the land of the elves, and then like by page 16, like
We
we're
meet the most important
Otter,
elf. Yeah.
yeah, Otter
Oh,
is face to face with this what's her name, the lady of the elves,
Urder.
Urder, yeah. Like don't have her be face to face with the main character at the end of the next chapter, please.
yeah. I do like even if they do like somehow like meet her in the next like 3 to 5 chapters. I'm giving them. I would like it if they made this more of like a training arc for Oder. Like have him go through like trials and stuff like that to prove his worthiness. Like they communicate with the spirits and worship the spirits. They could do away, and this could also be a thing for Kutang too, to prove to the elves who worship the spirits
Well, I think when you have
that
such
these
a like,
guys
oh, I'm sorry,
that they're
continue.
worthy, that
Yeah,
they're truly worthy of these spirits,
exactly.
and that if Oder has the right to communicate with Flesia again, so they can like rekindle their partnership.
Yeah, if you're gonna make the point to say like the elves and specifically this leader of the elves is like a very like misanthropic like kind of character that's like fuck all humanity, like I don't like you guys, like this could be a good opportunity to give a lot of character writing to not just Oder but like the main cast to like show the goodness of humanity or just good aspects of humanity that could sway the outlook that the elves and this leader of the elves kind of like has on them. And if it's a training arc in like that kind of way to where it's not really a power level related training arc but like a character building training arc, quote unquote, in that way, then I think that could be really good for the story right now.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
plus, I mean, I think the story has kind of bought itself a little more time. Like, we just had Katagami got axed this week,
Mm-hmm.
and a new batch of three is starting next week. So a new manga is starting in Jump, and then 2 weeks later, for the next 3 weeks, we're gonna get a manga every week in Jump. So Otter is still here for I want to say at least 10 to 15 more chapters. So I think this is a good time to kind of like stretch the fucking fingers out a bit, get some ground, and
Let
do
it
some shit
breathe a
like
little bit.
yeah, let it breathe. Have Otter like now that Filja is gone for a little bit, have Otter like focus more on that heroic vigor stuff. We get some more like some more fleshing out of that power system, and meet some cool characters and a cool place, and
Mm-hmm.
just have some stuff that matters. We need an arc that people like. This manga needs an arc that like you can go like, yeah, you need to read this series after this arc, because
Right.
like right now, like it's the arcs have been cool, the arcs have
You
been
can use the
okay.
transformation for that, but that's like so like surface level that it's like we need
Yeah,
something on like a narrative level that we can be like, yo, this
Yeah.
is the one.
yeah. like yeah, the transformation is like, you reading the manga for like a cool moment, but like we need an arc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And hopefully this is that arc. Transformation
Yeah.
was the opening of the door to this to a more character driven arc, which I really
Yeah.
hope is the case.
Yeah, because we know we're not getting that transformation again here. If
Yeah,
Philgia
no
is
way.
like, fucking tucking herself in the cubby after doing it last arc, like she's not gonna pull it out here. So it's like we gotta see something different. And if you're just not here, and Kutane is here with the Wind Spirit, so Kutane's got to get money, and Otter's got to like flex with heroic vigor and just get stronger because he lost an arm and just got it back. So gotta get some flexing, man. And then like we got fucking earlier. She look. I can tell. I ain't got to see her mouth. I can tell she fine.
Yep.
You see the
Like,
boobs?
yeah, you see the
Elf
motherfucker.
superiority.
Yeah, I mean, plus, yeah, elves just start with a fucking plus like 10 to fucking attractiveness. So,
Oh God.
so yeah, like it don't matter what she look like under there. I know it's busting you.
Yeah.
Got the cannons. Let's go. So,
Canon.
and her fucking designs is cool. Like these fucking, like I don't know what this fucking armored ear, like she got ear armor. That's just dope. Fucking spikes around her like shoulders and shit.
I was
Like, I love
wondering
this
how
design.
like she moved with that shit like on her head like that, but I mean it's just down to the ears, so it's probably fine. But
Yeah,
that's,
but like, yeah, but like the back of her head too. I don't know. Like I
right.
need to see more. Like she got to like stand up and walk and see like what the rest of this armor looking like, because her helmet design is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
How she put that shit on?
No clue.
Is it like a
Runes.
multi? You said runes.
I just saying shit.
It's like a
Or it could be a
multi-level,
Jotaro situation where it just merges with her head.
bruh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but fucking everybody's wishing for we got the usual. I don't want to leave my home or whatever. Everybody needs me, and then like you turn the corner, everybody's like, "Get the fuck out of here, bro! We love you. We want you to go." This is exact like they did the same shit at Ichi the Witch like literally like 20 chapters ago.
Right,
Where
but like
Bakugami was
here
like, "I can't leave."
it feels a lot less potent in
Yeah,
odor
Then you
because
get to
of
know the
how
crew.
of how little time we spent with Kutane before this. It feels like it was just kind of like a shoehorned like
yeah,
by the book,
Yeah.
like, you want to join us? Like, no, I got responsibilities here. And then the people that, he has responsibilities for are like, no, you don't, get out of here. And he's like, all right, well, if you put it that way, like, don't twist my
yeah.
arm, you know what I mean? And I'm out
It
of here.
just
It just
it was
feels
like a
very,
checklist.
yeah, exactly. It felt more like a checklist than like an organic situation.
Yeah, because like
Mhm.
I think everybody expected Bakugami to go with Ichi, but like when he did say no, it was kind of like, oh, like for a moment you're
Right,
thinking like, damn, he might really not go, but so
right.
like he might pull up late. Like
Yeah.
there's
With
thoughts that
this,
come into
as
your
soon as
mind.
this nigga Kutane said, no, I gotta stay here, there was
Yeah,
no like idea that it might not be reversed. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you knew right away that this scene was being set up for the sake of this idea that you're supposed to ask the person, then they say no, then the reason why they're saying no tells them they don't need to say no, and then they go. And it just felt like very, checklisty, you know what
yeah.
I mean? And it wasn't
Plus, I think in Ichi the Witch too, it also ended like on a cliffhanger. Like Ichi asked, he said no, and then like we
yeah.
didn't find out like that he was actually gonna go until next chapter too.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
felt
It's
very
like,
fast, and I feel like it's been executed so much better in other series trying to do the same thing that it just didn't
yeah.
hit as well as it probably could have.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
I don't think we know the name of any of these fucking people here
Yeah,
besides like, Otter, Etsupirko,
yeah.
fucking,
And with a
uh,
lot of these like scenes that are the same as this, it feels like there's a sense of awareness from the author where they know what kind of scene they're setting up and know like the history of that scene and like actively work towards putting extra effort into making it seem like more of a toss up in one way or
yeah,
another. And
Mm.
like in Gachi Akuta, for example, coming out of the Amo stuff, we get her backstory, or we get the fight, she's defeated, we get her backstory, we feel bad for her, they give her the pathos, and then like they have like a very heartfelt connection between the character and the main character where it makes sense for him to then go, hey, do you want to come with us? And then Amo's like, nah, I'm gonna chill. I still got some shit that I got to work out here, but like hit me up later. You know what I mean? And like that was very standard in that respect. But then immediately following that, you have Jabber pull up and assault her and take the boots and then bounce, and that adds that unpredictable, element to the situation until she inevitably like joins later or whatever. So like that was like the self-awareness that I'm talking about, where you're going to do the scene where the main character asks you to join them and you say yes or no, and like you're hitting that checklist. But the monkey wrench that you throw in is like the no, I'm going to stay. So not only is she not going with Rudo, but then also you have an antagonist pull up and attack her at the very end and go, oh no. So like that's the difference there. But with this, there is no like forethought. There's no self-awareness of the history of this trope or the history of this scene that's being, taken into account so that you could do something different. It's literally just a checklist, and all of the checks are hit, and then he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll go with you then. And it doesn't feel
and
like
there's not even and there's not even any like thing left behind for him to care about. Like it's always just been like, I don't want to leave my crew. It's not that he had like a best friend who was like, don't worry, bro, I'll watch over everyone. He's not like leaving a sister or a brother or an uncle or anything. Like there's no one that like I don't think we know the name of any single one of these characters.
Right.
So it's like, okay, you're leaving them, but like I don't know who they are. Like they were just people that were like in your port and your fucking like ship crew, but like who are these niggas?
Right.
So it could have been better, but like I don't know, I'm just hoping the next arc can fucking deliver us to where we need to be with Otter. Otherwise, I don't know if I see this, like, if it doesn't like make some major improvements. I don't know if I can see it making it to, what is this, chapter 23. I don't know if I'm gonna see it at 40. I can see it making to 35 or so, but like it's gotta make some changes.
Yeah. This next arc is definitely gonna do a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, like so we got some seeds planted already. It's time to like plant some more seeds besides like villain group and like organization. Like we got to get more than like here's you're gonna be a member of the 14 horns, and here's the 7 deadly frost niggas and stuff. Like it's got to be more than that. It's got to be like we got to actually get some people to care about, and not just like we got to get characters to care about and not characters to look forward to.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was my thoughts on Otter. You got anything else for this one, Weep?
No, I'm good.
What about you, Knox?
I am also good.
All right, we squeezed out, baby. That was Otr of the Flame, chapter 23, end of the battle and beginning of the journey. Now jumping into, you already know what it is, baby. Bibachi, Kagurabachi, chapter 98, Ikuto Hagiwara, Worthless Commander, and very pleased with this chapter, man.
I did not think they were gonna reuse this nigga,
bro.
Yeah.
Never.
There's the perspective shift.
Yeah, this was crazy. I never thought that we would see this guy or any kind of relation to these people again. And like people were really, like clouded these guys. Like they were the anti-cloud guys of Squatter. They got fucking gouged out. Like all of them got fucking walked down the pavement and fucking scrunched.
Yeah.
And
I thought the only survivor was that one guy that told him about Chihiro in the first place. I forgot this guy survived.
I didn't remember either.
Yeah, I think everyone just assumed all of them died, minus like one guy, and it wasn't him. I don't remember this dude.
I'm mad that they showed this nigga with the fucking shitty facial hair for a couple of panels in this chapter. Or wait, yeah, they did. I'm like, bro.
But depression.
Fuck him.
Oh, wait. Where is he?
He's on fucking page like, what is this? 9 or some shit. Yeah. Like, bro, stop drawing this nigga, bro. Kill him.
Yeah, bro. His face so weird, man.
Yeah.
I saw fan art of this nigga earlier.
Nah.
I'm like, bro, get real.
Yeah, he weird. And also, like, dude on page 10 with like, is this? Hold on, what's this dude like? The Hishaku guy, like, I can't remember. Is he bald? But like, why he got the sideburn like on his fucking ear like that?
Sideburns, bro.
Like, dog, what are you doing?
Fuck
like, what?
you.
Yeah,
Like, we just don't understand fashion.
Bruh.
Ain't nothing fashionable about this shit. This is all like
It's a type of fashion. Bad
These
fashion.
niggas, they look like ass, yeah.
But
But nah, the Iron Sand is dope though. I like
Yeah.
this, and like the idea of it is cool. Like, yeah, I'll sew a bunch of it into your clothes, and like if you get in danger, I'll just yank you out of danger. You won't get hurt. But then they just
Yeah.
got fucking danced
And
on.
they're all like, bro, but if you die, we're cooked. And he's like, don't worry, I got you. But then he didn't have them. So now he has to deal with like survivor's guilt, and he has to deal with like the shame of, knowing that he told all of them like you still good, but they weren't though.
They
So
weren't
he
good.
failed his whole people after reassuring them that he's got them with utmost confidence, then gets wrecked and is the only survivor besides some other nigga that he barely even knew or some shit. Like, all of his main people got murdered. Like,
Yeah, and he lost his legs.
yeah, like, bro, that's crazy. And the fact that psychological damage created a situation inside of his sorcery control to where his schizophrenia that like kind of like came from the trauma of that encounter is now making it to where he doesn't even know that he's using sorcery anymore and genuinely thinks that this is his homeboy is an insane way to kind of use the power system in and of itself. But also, like, it does a lot retroactively for the Sojo arc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Sojo like keeps getting this kind of post-mortem posthumous writing that amplifies his character and what we saw in that first arc of Kagurabachi because of the effect that his presence and his actions had on characters that would later be reintroduced into the story for significant things in this current arc. So it's like it's serving so many purposes to create a chapter like this in Kagurabachi, and I think it's just so well done.
Yeah, it makes Sojo look stronger, but also Sojo like existence created kind of a monster in this case. Like this
Right.
guy, his mind is fucked, but like he was the perfect, person for this job, and he would not have been able to do this if things had went well for them back then, or like if he would have died, but he didn't die.
Right.
And knowing what we do now about his ability is like they really should have been better equipped to deal with like Sojo, but like Sojo was just on such a higher level, like it did not matter.
Yeah, like what does this do for a sorcerer in Kagurabachi, where the power system, as we understand it so far, on a sorcery level, is all about the understanding you have of your spirit energy and how you circulate it through your body and how you manipulate it and how much concentration it takes. And we even have like a chapter however long ago where Natsuki was talking to Uruha, was like, you didn't fucking use sorcery? And Uruha was like, yeah, I mean, I gotta pay attention and like concentrate to do that, but I was like, too worried about the swordplay shit to like actually use my sorcery like that. Like I was just like caught up in a moment, and it takes concentration, and I wasn't in like a mental state to where I could worry about sorcery. So I just focused on my swordsmanship. Like you have that leading up to this too. You know what I mean? And then after all of that writing, you get this situation where a character now is using sorcery, as second nature, like without thinking about it at all to this degree. Yeah. Like that's a really big deal on a sorcery level in Kagurabachi, given all of the writing that we have on sorcery manipulation and spirit energy, or sorcery prowess and like spirit energy manipulation up to this point. And it's like, sure, like you have like a crazy psychological break that led to this, but at the end of the day, like you're still using sorcery to this level without thinking about it. Like that's a big deal on an individual character level in Kagurabachi, as far as like what we know about spirit energy manipulation up to this point. So this chapter just does so many things.
Yeah, like they're saying that this shit, like the doctor said, strangely enough, in his current state, there's no one more suited for battle than this nigga, because he's so locked in, controlling this shit subconsciously. And
yeah, this is almost like a new level of sorcery we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like it's like a completely different like entity that's like attached to his body that is he can talk to, like a tail or something.
Right.
And
I want to say we've seen something like this before in other stories, but I can't think about it. Sorry, continue your thought.
Oh yeah, there's a character kind of like this in Zenless Zone Zero where it's a girl, and she has a like a mechanical tail, and the tail is like the captain of their squad or whatever. She's in like a military faction, and her group, like her assault group, is led by the guy that's like her tail or whatever. But
Mm.
I like how this all happened when these guys on what is this page 10, it's the fucking dude with the comb, and he's walking up to Bingo and the ice girl, I forget her name, but like we saw, these guys like squaring up a couple chapters ago, and it's like, okay, I wonder what comb dude's about to do. And it's like we wait a few chapters, and then we open up with Hagiwara, and then it goes straight into that. It's like, bro, just popped out of the cut, and it's like, oh shit, so this is what was gonna happen. Like, we don't even see comb dude fight because fucking Hagiwara is off his shit, and he pulled up, and he's fucking shaking shit up for real.
Yeah.
This is dope. I like how he just like fucking walked out in the hallway like nobody.
I
was
was like,
expecting
oh,
him to
he's
fight.
here.
Yeah,
He's right
like
here.
he's
he's
really pulled up.
He's in this room with all of us right now. I did not. It almost made me want to go back and like see if we could, see some kind of breadcrumb setup for him entering the scene in this chapter. But
I think he was just down. He was just down the hall. Like you see, like just
Oh,
for now, just kill the Hishaku, and it's like this two. It looks like a 2v2 situation, and then like everyone's surprised because he just appears.
right.
It's like, what the fuck? And then he's like, they show his legs, and his legs are dust. Like
Yeah.
he's walking on fucking black sand legs. Like he don't
Right.
even have legs. Bro is like, bro, you're still like, dog was not expecting
And
to
he
see
got
him either.
flash frozen, and I was like, oh. And then the
Yeah.
iron sand in his clothes broke through the ice and got him out so that he could aura farm block the dog head. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, crazy levels of fucking farming right there. I was like,
Yeah.
shouldn't that still hurt? Like the ice was on his head, bro.
Right.
Like, how do you break that with sand?
I mean, if it's
Isn't hard enough density.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, tough man. Gotta give him his credit because he really pulled up and did the damn thing. And
Oh,
like,
God.
so it turns out that little kid was the guy though. The kid was the one holding the fucking the secondary barrier or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You knew that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but like, just wasn't expecting it to get confirmed and dealt with so soon. I mean, I don't think he's dead, but just interesting that like they called him the strongest, but his role is to be like the secondary barrier. So I wonder if he really is physically, or like he has a high level of like combat ability, or if
I think
was
he's just
like,
the strongest because he's capable, like he's able to do this thing that normally it takes an entire fleet of people to set up for one character.
yeah.
But he was able to do it on his own without that same Kamunabi support.
Yeah. So I mean, if that's the case, and he's not actually like a brawler like that.
I think he has
I
like
don't know.
a base level of, physical and combat prowess that allows him to roll with these niggas into a situation like this, or whatever. But like, I don't think he got hands like any of the other fighters we've seen from the Hishaku. I think that quote is specifically related to his ability to do what he's doing with the barriers, because
Yeah,
he just
like
plays that important of a role in their overarching goal.
Yeah, and like somebody like Hokuto would not have been caught off guard by this, like, because the kid sees the sand coming up, and he then gets impaled. Like Hokuto would have saw that and just been out of the way. Like a lot of other fighters would not have been impaled
Right.
by this.
Right.
So like, I don't think he's dead, but I don't see him.
He's
I don't know.
incapacitated enough to where the barrier is broken, and now we're about to have like Shiba and Hiyuki and Samura and Chihiro pop in.
Yeah, like niggas are about to pull up, and it's about to get grimy for these Hishakus.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is dope. Okay.
yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, and then like the sand and magnetic field or whatever that's like a thing. Magnetic resonance imaging applies a powerful magnetic field to the human body and use the body's own magnetic properties. So yeah, something with, maybe I'm missing it, but like I remember There's a character in fucking Boruto who uses sand like magnetically.
Don't
I
nobody read
think.
that shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I think it originated in Naruto.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wait. Oh
yeah. One of the Kazekage was did
Oh
Iron Sand.
yeah.
yeah, that's right. And then like now Gaara's like I think he's Gaara's like he's like his adopted child or whatever. He adopted dude and he does like another he also does like black sand or something and it's magnetic, I believe. I could be misremembering because it's been a while since I read it, but yeah. Um yeah, bro is like manipulating magnetic fields and shit and found fucking Hishaku dude and shanked him through the ground with a fucking mask. What that
Yeah.
shit made of, yo? Like fucking rock.
I don't even know. I think it's more so the sand than it is the mask.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the speed at which that shit flew through his fucking
Right.
abdomen.
Abdomen.
Yeah, we still got it, partner. Bro is nuts, man. This is
Yeah.
this is a
Little
chainsaw
description.
level.
Knowing that he's talking to nothing
Yeah.
is crazy on this last page.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
like a Chainsaw Man like level character. Like this nigga is a lunatic. Like I feel like most of the sorcerers in this story are like normal level people, probably with like an obsession for like the swordsmanship or whatever. But this nigga is actually nuts.
Right.
He is not sane, and like he needs to be retired. But,
Yeah.
but
This
bro
is
is
last arc.
yeah. If they don't kill him, yeah, they need to like tell him like, all right, bro, you can take a break because like, what if he snap and just like start attacking homies? Like,
Right.
he ain't right. But glad to see a little redemption for bro because he got fucking him and his squad got danced on before.
For real.
He got the fucking Obito.
And just like
Fucking
reusing characters from a squad that got decimated and created the meme criticism inside of Kagurabachi that like, you know, special squads being introduced are just jobbers, but like, oh, but actually, you know, the squad you thought was cooked and is never coming back actually has a character that's going to be really significant in the current arc that everyone's excited about. So
yeah,
Yep.
it's just another situation of like strong characters facing off against like like Jogo. Jogo fought Sukuna. Jogo fought fucking Gojo. It's like
right,
the nigga didn't stand a chance, bro. Like he couldn't
right.
show off what he really could do until he fought like until he met Maki and toasted her.
Non
Yeah.
Goji and Sukuna characters, yeah.
Yeah, like get this guy away from fucking enchanted
The
sword.
top two of the verse.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like
And it's a
he can
little
kind of
different.
he can dance a little bit,
Right.
but yeah,
I guess
banger
this means,
chapter.
yeah, I guess this means Chihiro and Samura will show up any chapter now.
Right.
Yeah, they finna wind scar the building down. Yeah,
Not the wind scar.
finna get down in there, and it's gonna get grimy.
Get down on it.
Yeah, it's finna be major. I wonder. I don't have a clue. Like I tweeted when I saw this, and I was like, "There's no way anyone like on the planet could have guessed a single like event of this chapter. Like none of this."
Yeah.
Like you could always be like, oh, what if Chihiro pulls up, or like maybe they'll find the guy. It's like, bro, none of this. Nobody ever like expected to see fucking Hagiwara again.
And it was done very
No,
well.
literally.
I have to admit.
Yeah, Hokuzono, you know what he fucking doing.
You know what he doing,
Yep.
man.
And we got 2 more chapters until we had that hundo. So like,
Bro,
Still can't
Hundo
believe
is gonna be when they pull up.
that is a landmark chapter. You're right. That he has to do with that then.
yeah, hundo, we unsheathing dick on camera. Yeah, it's going crazy. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a major chapter, man. That's probably when everybody's gonna show up. Like we probably don't get Chihiro and Samura yet. They probably show up at 100 when the fucking sword saint standing over like Azumi's body or some shit. Azuma, whatever. But I think I'm spent for this one. You got anything else, Weep?
No, I'm good.
What about you, Knots?
I'm Gucci.
All right, that's finna do it for Kagurabachi, the biggest bachi, chapter 98, Ikuto Hagiwara, Worthless Commander. Now jumping into final manga segment of the night, baby. We got Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, Chapter 7, The Robbed. Beautiful color page. Even though it's only like 2 or 3 colors, it's still nice to see, man. I like
Yeah,
this.
I love all the warm colors on top of the stark white background. Really makes them pop.
Yeah. Big
Yeah,
popper shit.
and the two main characters of the chapter kind of position the way that they are. It says a lot about what the chapter is going to be, but you
Yeah.
don't know that until you finish it, and then you go back and look at it, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, we got big Yuka staring into your fucking soul.
Euchre.
Cross looking out, thinking and shit. But yeah. Fucking I guess I kind of forgot how the last chapter had ended when I read this, because I was like, why is old folk in the fucking in the alleyway or whatever, but like Cross, it was the whole like Cross interrupted the fight and shit like that, and so I guess old dude just ran away. He's like, they're
Yeah.
popping off, I'm gonna get out of here, and then he
Usami
runs
pulled
in.
up.
Yeah, the fucking bro, they keep doing this thing like they know what they're doing, and they're trying to like do a lot of art. The art, like when I saw the fucking don't move, I immediately just thought of like Sukuna or
Yeah.
whatever. But obviously it's like it's
Inumaki.
Inumaki clan ability, but like the hand over the mouth with the fucking tats or whatever, it just looks like, it looks like Sukuna fucking paint.
Bro, I
This
swear
is
to
dope.
God, there is a Sukuna panel that is like pretty much just like this in the Gojo vs Sukuna fight, and it like
I'm pretty
immediately
sure it
reminded me of
is.
that.
Yeah, and then there's the whole like there's the one where like Sukuna's hand, like the hand is over Yuji's mouth and Sukuna mouth is on the hand
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
So yeah, they know what they're doing. But yeah, fucking Usami rocked his shit, and
Yep.
yeah, the fucking the snake eyes and fangs. I feel like we haven't seen it like that well before. Like it was like on Inumaki's tongue, and it was on Yuta's tongue when he used the ability, but like this was different. Like I like how the art looks, and so he covers this shit
It's
up.
on the hand instead of the tongue, so it probably doesn't affect his throat the same way.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
dope. That's like an evolution of the technique, and he covers it with a glove so he doesn't like accidentally.
Right.
This is
Type
dope.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but how you feeling about this one, Knox?
I love this chapter, man. I think this might be the best chapter of the whole series so far. Just because like I'm like really, it's there's not a whole lot of action in this chapter, but I think something that Gege does really well is a focus on certain characters like psychological outlooks and their philosophies and like ideological clashes between
Yeah,
two characters. I think that
Which is
those are
essentially
like
this whole chapter.
yeah, like that's some of my like favorite writing in Jujutsu Kaisen is when two characters that are like steadfast in their beliefs and their outlooks and their ideologies on a certain topic go head to head on why their thought process or their outlook makes a whole lot of sense, and they both kind of like clash in a way to where those outlooks are challenged by the other in the dialogue exchange between the two. It reminds me a lot of like Game of Thrones, like earlier Game of Thrones. Is if you've only seen the TV show, like it reminds me a lot of like Littlefinger versus Varys, or Varys or whatever, like type shit where you know exactly what you're talking about and why it makes sense to you, and you're ready to put those points out in the conversation, but you're not ready for how much sense the other character is going to make when they counter your points with their own, and how it's kind of like a verbal mental chess kind of back and forth and situation between two characters. I feel like Gege does that really well, and we have a really prime example of that in this Yuka and Cross exchange at this carnival. And I love how Cross does a really good job of acting like Maru enough in the beginning, but then a lot of Cross kind of like comes through eventually when certain things happen, and like Yuka's not an idiot, so eventually she's like, yo, Cross, what up, bro? Like, I know you're not Maru or whatever. And then it's just like a mask off situation, and they can speak candidly and authentically with each other after that. It's just really well done.
Yeah. Oof. Didn't. But yeah, I never expect this chapter to go into like global religion the differences between different cultures, different perspectives on how other people can view things when it comes to like other cultures and religions. Uh, Implying the Sumerians have been on Earth before based on Cross's dialogue and seemingly like being mistreated by the humans. And to cap it all off with everything with Yuka, I was not expecting the chapter to be this. How should I put it? Maybe I wouldn't say dense, but how? What's the word? I guess I don't know. Heavy, is that the right
Yeah,
word?
I was thinking heavy
It's pretty
because
heavy.
Yeah,
finding out she's got like what, a brain tumor was it?
Yeah.
malignant tumor in her
Yeah,
brain. 6 months. Ironically, just a little over how many months we have left for this series.
Hmm.
yeah. So she might bite the dust though right as the series ends, unless
No.
unless Cross and his folks got like some alien, fucking healing method, which they'll probably have to
Yeah.
fix her brain or whatever. But yeah, it's interesting. And she's, this conversation they have at the end, especially after, it's revealed that she has this tumor. It's interesting because he's still just, fighting, and he's like, "You think you're gonna change my mind because you won a contest of bad luck?" And it's like, no, that's not what I mean. But I can't change what's gonna happen to me, but you don't have to continue this cycle of hatred. You can break this shit. Like we can be cool. We can have peace.
Right. Reminded me
Yeah.
a lot of like Yuji and Sukuna's last conversation inside of Yuji's domain too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, where you have like an antagonist that's like, you know, really really knows exactly what he wants and what his motivations are and how he's going to get to that point and why it makes sense more than anything else that you can introduce to him, and then you have like this significantly weaker insignificant entity that they're kind of having an exchange with, introducing actually outlook shattering ideas and concepts to him that they might not have ever considered before. And it's like
Yeah.
a David versus Goliath kind of confrontation in like all dialogue.
But the thing about all of them is that none of them were like curses like Mahito. Mahito was acting in his nature because he was a curse, and
Right.
like attacking and causing harms was what, that was just what he did. That was how he
Mm-hmm.
lived. But like everyone else was making a choice, and like Sukuna was, fucking living out his desires. Like he wanted to fight and fucking meet strong opponents and bring harm and all that stuff. But like he wasn't created out of that. So like he could change. Mahito just straight up couldn't change.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like seeing these characters like Cross. It's like, Cross, you can change. You don't have to live on this way. Like you're not a curse.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Breaking the cycle. Breaking the cycle,
Seeing
yeah.
Mahito again was crazy though in this chapter.
dude.
Yeah.
Now, uh, is he connected to Tsurugi in some way? Tsurugi peering into like this other plane, seeing Mahito before he's reborn, or is Mahito like trying to look for like Yuji because he's like, oh, he's not here also, or something
He's
like that.
definitely like trying to find Yuji, I want to say. So it's
Yeah,
not him
because Yuji
after
did make
all.
a promise
It-
at Shibuya.
yeah, so it's not him after all. Like he has to be talking about Yuji there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
I'm
very
curious.
interesting that like they last chapter they show it was either last chapter or chapter before that they show like a silhouette of someone that looked like Yuji, and now we see a silhouette of Mahito.
That was Yuji,
And
nigga.
okay.
I think it's Yuji
It
too. It's
100%
way too
was Yuji.
coincidental.
There's no way it wasn't Yuji. Like that's his
It's just
hoodie. He has a scar in a similar area on his
yeah.
forehead. It's Yuji.
It's just super interesting, especially after all this time. And like I always imagined that like when the human curse would be reborn, they wouldn't look the same. But
Yeah.
this kind of, like reincarnation, when you reincarnate, you're different. Like
Yeah.
that Jogo was even saying, like when we come back, we'll have different memories and stuff. But like this curse is, damn. So it wasn't him. So it's not him after all. Like this seems like the same entity,
Yeah.
not someone who was reborn and had made new memories or whatever. Even looks the same.
Yeah.
So like I'm wondering how this is going to play out because if we ever were to see the human curse again, I thought it would look completely different
Yeah.
Yeah.
and have different, maybe not different motivations, because at the end of the day he just wants to fucking wreak havoc and shit. But like similar to like I imagine it would be a similar situation to like the Control Devil, where it,
Oh,
like it
sure.
took on the shape of one thing and then it died and it came back and it was a whole different thing with a whole new, new memories. And
Maybe
it's
that
like,
is the case most of the time, but Mahito is special in some kind of way to where, like, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, Mahito was like the goat of their whole squad. Like Jogo was talking about, like they were building him up and he was like the leader of their little crew. So there could be something special to the human curse, to where it's like it respawns when it reincarnates. It keeps some memories or whatever.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially if they're strong enough.
Yeah, maybe he's able to like latch on to that. But yeah, I did like that Cross was like, it was interesting. Cross took the fucking bandage, tied his hair up, and was like, I'm gonna pretend to be Maru. And then he's like, hey Sarugi, are you okay? And I heard
Mm-hmm.
Cross is here. And it's like, nigga, you're crossed. It's like he's trying to catch him, Yeah, is he always like that? Always like what, bitch nigga? Like, like
Yeah.
watch your tongue. Like he's like trying to catch, he knows that like Sarugi probably shouldn't like him. So it's like, yeah, let me find out. I dissed him, told him fuck off. Of course, it would make sense if he like says Cross sucks balls. So like as
Right.
soon as he talks shit, I'm gonna use that as ammo. Like humans can't like go with grudges and they can't be trusted. They don't want to fucking be friends and all this other shit. And it's
It's
like,
like, oh, but Tsurugi ended up being like really cool in this exchange. So,
yeah,
uh-oh.
yeah, he learned a lot. And then he was where was he kept talking. He talking about the whole neighbor thing, which made me think that like in their world, neighbor is like a whole like a different word or something. Where was it? Didn't wasn't that this chapter where he was saying like
Um,
you call me, you said you wanted to be neighbors or something? Was that this chapter? I'm tripping.
I think it was the shark chapter.
Was it? Hold on, no way.
Cause yeah, cause like we're because Sarugi and Maru were having a heart-to-heart conversation.
I could
Because
have.
that was definitely the only time they had their like actual conversation. Like at no wait, chapter yeah, and then more so the neighbor thing is like
Oh no, it was
chapter
this one.
4.
He said here on page 6. You think we can be neighbors? You do know this country's history, don't you? Like he's pissed off about like
Oh,
yeah
that's what you
yeah
meant.
yeah. He's like uh yeah. He's answer me. Why did you say the word neighbors? Like I was like, what? Why is he so fucking tripped up off the word neighbors? Even if you want it to be neighbors, we will refuse. It's like he got so turned up over the word neighbors. I was like, does that shit have like a double meaning? Like, is there another, meaning to the word neighbors where you come from that he wasn't expecting? Because like Sarugi wasn't, he was speaking from a place of kindness. Like I want, us to get along and be allies and, actual neighbors. You're next door. We should get along. But like the way he said neighbors make it sound like, he fucking said he wanted to fuck his mom or something. It's like, bro, yeah, I wanted to be neighbors, dog. What's wrong with that? Like, you can't live next door, nigga. Like, damn. I'm sure you look down on refugees like us. Yeah, like something. So it's not a lie that they are refugees. I remember there was the conversation like, are these niggas really refugees and are they fleeing something or are they just using that as an excuse to go and like wipe out other planets and shit? But he says, I'm sure you look down on refugees like us as dangerous, filthy, and poor. So they really are running from something. They flee their home world for some reason. They're not just out like conquesting the fucking
Yeah,
galaxy.
yeah, that's definitely the eternal question of why did they run from their planet in the first place? I'm really, really curious to see where that plot point ends up giving us any answers.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff happening in JJK Modulo.
Yeah.
Modulo.
Yeah, but love the interactions between all the characters and Cross, doing some nice guy stuff here and there, like saving the fucking kid's balloon, even though he is not fucking media trained. Bro was like, it's not like your mom's dead. Fucking be quiet and sit still. It's like, dog, what? Chill.
Mhm.
And then the mom comes and they're like, thanks. And it's like, shit, man. This planet don't suck too bad. Yo, it's kind of all right sometimes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love how much it's going into Cross's preconceived notions of humanity versus like what he's actually experiencing in real time, and how that's conflicting with him psychologically is being
Very well done.
yeah, well done,
Yeah.
well shown, well delivered. Yeah.
Yeah, did he like come here as a kid and get fucking bullied for having three eyes or something one time? Some shit. But yeah, humans like you trampled on our way of life without even realizing it. So part of me was feeling like when he's talking about this shit, when he's like, I can respect the wait, she says, I can respect the fact that other cultures and religion value certain things. It's hard to truly emphasize with why they feel the way you do. And he's like, let's say it wasn't a tablet. When she's talking about like people proving that they're Christian by like not stepping on the fucking Jesus tablet or whatever. And he's like, let's say it wasn't a tablet but a living thing. So if the tablet were alive, could you trample it? And when she says, I guess I never thought about it like that. And he's like, so you finally get it. You and your brother are both shallow. Humans like you are trampled on our way of life without realizing it, sometimes by standing idly by, and sometimes by outright stealing from us. And that made me think, like, do they worship cursed spirits? Like, is the destruction of cursed spirits kind of shitting on his religion or something? Like,
I don't
because
know.
like what he's like, you trample on our way of life, but how? What is you and your brother
But
don't get it? Like what?
yeah,
What?
that's
Yeah,
why
there's got to be more
that's why
writing
based off
coming
of
in
that,
for this. Yeah.
yeah, that's why based off the dialogue, I'm thinking maybe they've been on Earth before. Again, because like we're probably saying for the like reveal like the origin of like curse techniques and stuff like that coming from the Sumerians, since they seemingly almost all have Jujutsu. So I'm curious to see where that's gonna, if that's gonna be somewhere where we're gonna lead into this.
You're finna get a chapter and it's gonna be titled "The Origin of Obedience," like part 7 or something, because we got like 6 Origin Obedience chapters.
Yeah,
Get one of them motherfuckers. Yeah, we got to see some more original JJK stuff splashed in there. Like, show me some death painting, niggas. Like, what they been doing, yeah. And then, like, where's Yuji, bro? Because Mahito out here
he's
searching.
on the
So like,
hunt.
yeah, he looking for that fucko. But yeah, she was asking him some hard questions, and he's like, "Shit, man, can't can't really answer this. Like, how long will you steal for? Like, how long you gonna keep doing this shit, bro? Like, let's put an end." Yeah, this is interesting. Chapter said a lot of things. JJK Modulo is doing really good,
It's
and
doing big things, man.
people
Yeah,
were hating on it, especially
yeah,
like art. People were like, "KK not doing the art." I think the art has been fire.
it's been fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, this is great stuff. But I think I'm tapped out for now. You got anything else for this one?
Nah, I'm good.
What about you, Knox?
I am also good.
All right, that's gonna do it, baby. That was Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, Chapter 7, The Robbed. Now, before we get on up out of here, we gotta do Chapter of the Week. I was about to say comment, but hard to really pick, man, because I want to say Ranger, but Ranger cheats because it had 5 chapters to pick
Right,
from.
Yeah.
right.
So like Ranger was bussing. If you missed my Ranger read through or whatever for the last 5 chapters, go check that out. It's the previous video. But I think between any of the Ranger chapters and like Kagurabachi, Big Bachi was crazy this week, and then JJK was really good. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Bachi because like that shit was just super unexpected, bro.
Right.
Dude got scrunched and he came back with a vengeance, and he big balling, baby. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, Bachi got it for me. What about you, a weeb?
This one was tough. Like it's between Ichi, Kagurabachi, and JJK, because
Okay.
all of them have different things that I really enjoyed this week. But um, hmm, I think I'm gonna go with Ichi due to the
Hell
fact
yeah.
that we got some really cool double page spreads for some action sequences, and also we're getting Uroro really taking the spotlight for himself. So that got me excited for what's
Yeah.
coming next.
That was an insane cliffhanger.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
think I forgot all about that when I was doing my decisions, but I think I'm gonna still stick with Bachi. But the Uroro shit was fire. What about you, Knox?
I think I'm gonna say because it's like I wanted to say it's one of the Ranger chapters, but because it doesn't feel right doing that because there were literally 5 in a row, so it's kind of cheating, like you said. I think I want to say Jujutsu Kaisen just because the whole chapter kind of presents something that I think is one of my favorite aspects of Gege's writing, that I talked about earlier in the review for it, and I think that it was just firing on all cylinders in that way, because like so many times when a scene like that is kind of given in these stories, you know, the antagonist or the villain does a really good job of setting up their outlook, and then it's immediately crushed in like the first couple of things said by the protagonist character in that exchange. But Gege is really good at keeping both stances intact throughout the exchange from start to finish. Like new ideas will be introduced for both of them to think about, but like it's not just like I feel this way, and then the protagonist is like, but what about this? And then the antagonist is like, oh, well now I see the light, and like by the end of the exchange, and like that just doesn't happen in Gege's writing like to that degree. So I just respect Gege's writing a lot for that, and I'm like really big in like philosophy and psychology and whatnot. So like ideological clashes like that just like always speak to me more than a lot of other things do. So I'm gonna say JJK Modulo for this week.
JJK been busting, man, and that like I've been saying, this JJK Modulo just feels like Gege kind of like tying up all the loose ends and doing the things that a lot of people complain about like not getting in JJK, like these type of chapters where characters just walk and talk. Like there was no action. This was just a straight walk and talk, getting to know, you know, how these characters really felt on the inside. And we learned about, you know, characters. We learned about, you know, the brain thing, and, you know, how Cross felt about like Earthlings and shit like that. And, you know, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. That was chapter of the week. Now let's read some of these comments from last week's episode. We got at McCoy Berthelot 2500. I think we can anticipate a bit of growth from Rudo in this situation, using the second of the 3 R's to get every non-fighter out before we seen him deal with Maimo, and that's where we see 2 Lily and or Zonka's sister stall for Rudo. Still waiting for the Chekhov's gun that is Tamsi.
Yeah, that's a good comment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about like the R's being used like separately. Oh, he also says, I also definitely expect 2 to 4 decently important characters dying in this arc. Okay.
I can see that too, considering how big the threat is with Maimo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I can't even think like who would die. Like I can't pick one
like
person.
Nobody on the main cleaner team, obviously, but like any
what's
character.
The name of?
There's a lot of characters here.
What's the? I forgot his name already. What's the name of the guy that makes their masks and their outfits? August.
Bro,
imagine if it's August.
If you kill August, bro.
Is he even there?
He's there.
Yeah.
He's there. He's not like in combat, but he was like part of he came to the festival. But like, imagine killing August and he was the one the most hype about the festival. I'd be pissed.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, and he gave and the last thing he ever made was Rudo's current outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's using to fight Maimo.
That'd be nice.
I mean, yeah, like his greatest work. He said, I'm pretty sure, like he's been waiting for someone like Rudo to put this whole thing together.
Now it's starting to make a little bit more sense that August might die.
Bro, don't do this. August ain't do shit to deserve this, bro.
That's why he gotta go.
Come on, man.
Gotta hit us in the field somehow.
All right, let's see. All right, speaking of August, we got a comment from at Augustin Bigoria. Just discovered your channel, really good. I'll be keeping an eye out.
Hell yeah.
And shout out to you, brother. Thanks for giving us some support and joining the list of viewers, the homies. We fuck with y'all. Let's see. We got at Mellow Yenis. I'm expecting either Sylvie to be a rival or Kyogoku, and that means 3 members of Wolfgang could take a death penalty, possibly to save Emo right before the Guild War.
Okay.
And was there another comment to that? My other theory is Animalia because of her obsession with Lagonia. Yeah, I was saying before, I think it might be Animalia. I couldn't remember the name. So yeah, either of those would be dope. Like if Animalia finally figured out a way to get into Lagonia or whatever, that'd be dope. Also Lagonia throwback, because they call it Rabbituza now. So yeah, shout out to Lagonia. And let's see. At Whirly Squirrely 3366, I don't trust those evil lesbians. They're up to something spicy. That was about Centuria.
Centuria? I'm crying, nigga.
Well, they were right.
They really were up to something spicy. Can't believe it.
Damn.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can find one more. What was that? Okay, I haven't read this, but I'm just gonna read it. So at Straw Hat Monster, I think the cutoff is when she started to believe in the supernatural. This is just resetting her to chapter 1, where she met aliens and ghosts and Okarun. Literally, her entire crew she met and befriends after this point, but her class friends that we hardly see, she did know. The Takakura thing is possible to be like a common but not big deal name. I think it's going to click when she hears the full name, Ken Takakura, that she'll have a bigger oh shit moment. Oh, they
No,
commented this 8 hours ago.
because like she only remembered Gigi from childhood. So it's not just everything that happened after the start of the series is what she's forgotten. She's forgotten things from before the series because or wait, no.
I mean,
Actually, wait, she hadn't
seen Gigi
seen
for years.
Gigi. Oh, you're so right.
Yeah. Yeah, so she remembers like
Yeah.
childhood Gigi. And she's like,
Yeah, yeah.
what's Gigi doing here, like in the
Yeah.
hospital? Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, this is interesting. But yeah, we were saying that thing
Yeah,
about
good thought.
we were talking about that earlier in the segment too, about the whole like hearing the entire name might have her, get the fucking the willies or whatever. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
where that goes or whatever. But that's going to do it for the comments. So that's going to do it, y'all. Shout out to you guys, the viewers, the subscribers, the watchers, the people who comment and all that good stuff. Thank you for watching Shonen Pulse episode 43, where we talk about a bunch of manga and ramble on about other stuff too. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the hype button, hit the comment section. Let us know your thoughts, comments, concerns. Shout out to Papa Traffy for not being here. That dude sucks. Let him know down below by dropping some poop emojis. And go watch the last video I uploaded. I read Ranger. I'll be doing some more streams soon. I think I'm gonna do a stream this Thursday. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a catch up on Undead Unluck because I think I only got 10 chapters left. So as long as the wife don't need me to do something because we're moving, as long as she don't need me to do something, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do a stream this Thursday, probably around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah,
This nigga
baby.
happily married.
Yeah.
You have a life.
Yeah, shout out to fucking signing your life away or whatever. But yeah, happy. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you for watching. Help us reach, y'all helped us get to 1,000 on the subbers. We up to, I think 1,100 now. So, shout out to the last hundo of you guys and all that good stuff. Keep doing the good thing you're doing. Spread the word, share the videos, and we're going to catch y'all next time. Holla, holla.